Welcome to the bonfire, unkindled one. 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 Welcome to the bonfire, unkindled one.
Hello? Hello, it's Christmas time. Hello? You enjoy my JPEG hat, my JPEG Santa hat that I definitely did not find in about 2 seconds on Amazon and then cropped out and put in Paint 3D. I might have put it in Paint 3D and then use the Magic Select to hastily cut it out and then put it into another Paint 3D program and then proceeded to immediately put it on my head. I did not do that. Why would you suggest such a ridiculous thing? We're here. We're doing the Stoicism stream. Thank you so much, Lissa, for the insanely huge support right off the bat. That definitely gets us moving for sure. My wife was particularly displeased, understandably, at the flossing elf at the bottom left. He's not really in frame, so let's get him out here. He's doing a good job. He's doing exactly what I definitely paid him in cookies, and I'm sorry, in not cookies to do. Look at him go. Isn't he amazing? I love him. If anything were to happen to flossing elf, I would destroy everything around me and then myself. So we got kind of a packed schedule today. This music is a little bit sinister. How about we change it, huh? Where's my music controls? Next song, please. This is fine. This is okay. I am going to take a look at my music list to make sure that I'm absolutely on the right. No, do not enable Smart Shuffle. Do not. I'm glad I checked, because that might have sent some spicy music my way. That would have been very unfortunate. So we got kind of a packed schedule tonight. We are going to be doing a few different things. We're going to be doing about half the stream, is my guess, is going to be devoted just to talking about Stoicism primarily. However, we're going to kind of treat it like a coffee with Stoic kind of thing, where if you have questions at any time about anything, about not necessarily with what I'm saying or about Stoicism specifically, but just in general about me personally, just let me know. Just throw it in the chat. If you do have a question about anything that I'm going to be going over today, and it's a little personal to you in some way, and you're more comfortable being anonymized, that's not how you say that word, but we're gonna roll with it. There is a link that you can see at the very top under a site. Thank you, Lissa. Thank you, called tailgram.com/whatever. You can see it up there, but you can also summon the link at any time. I'm just gonna do that now. !AMA. You just put your whatever name you want to use in there. Put absolutely no personal identifiable information in there, and then you're basically good to go. At some point, I'm gonna advert at you because we are sponsored by HelloFresh. Every first box of HelloFresh food items that you receive benefits me a huge amount. And then after you receive the box, you can do whatever you want with the account. There's no fees or anything like that for canceling. So if you decide that it's not for you, then you just get rid of it. And there's no harm, no foul. And, you know, I still get to keep the HelloFresh money. So huzzah. Huzzah in that case. And then after the dust settles, we're probably going to be doing a little bit of Monster Huntering. Because Daddy needs the rest of his Nergigante set parts. And Nergigante is not going to hunt himself, you know. Hello, Flisquit. Hello, Felicity. All right, so I'm gonna start by giving a hardly Cliff Notes version of my background, and by my background I mean my background. Probably more information about me that you're probably expecting today, but that it's important for me to give this to you because it's gonna help frame how I came to practice Stoicism and why I still do. I'm gonna warn you now, it doesn't get what I would consider to be pleasant or less heavy for a while. So if you'd like to support me by leaving my volume at 1% so Mr. Bezos is convinced you're still watching and I'm functionally muted, and tab back to me in like 45 minutes to an hour, that's totally fine. Or if you need a break from hearing me talk about things, which Imagine Dragons, Imagine Dragons on that one. This is gonna double function, like I mentioned, as like a general hangout over coffee with me. So occasionally break to answer questions or talk about whatever with chat. Like I mentioned, there's a link at the top of your screen, which you can get by typing !AMA in chat for a simple anonymous feedback site that you can plug questions into about things possibly sensitive to you. You don't need to register or sign up to it in any way. It was one of the only websites that I could find that functioned like that allowed just posting as a dude, like one of those ancient like AOL instant message apps. Apparently those don't exist anymore. Now this is the closest thing. This and a completely non-functioning site. This is the only thing that survived, apparently. That's it. Oh, we're gonna be drinking coffee? Well, actually, I say we're gonna be drinking coffee, but I am currently drinking a Mike's Harder Pineapple Mandarin, which is pretty close to coffee in the sense that it's a liquid and that I'm consuming it through my mouth hole. So on that link, others might not have any idea who you are, but can see what you put in there, so don't put any personally identifiable information in it. And the last caveat that I'm going to give you is I'm not licensed, I'm not certified, I'm not accredited to teach philosophy or perform counseling or perform philosophical counseling, but I'll be sharing with what I've applied in the last decade, and it may prove helpful or meaningful to you, because allegedly and ostensibly, and I've been literally told that it has for other people whom I've helped. Pen, pineapple, apple, pen. Yeah, that's, how'd you know that's what I wrote on the can, purely psychologically and impulsively. You're right. If we end up what seems at a natural stopping point, we'll go kill monsters, like I said. And when we pivot, I'm gonna put my session code in chat so people can freely join. So you ready? This is the part. This is where I'm gonna start wording at you. Are you ready? Are you braced? All right, so we're gonna start at the very beginning, not from the moment that I left my mother in spectacular fashion, throwing gang signs as I came out. I was lucky enough to be born into a stable, conventional household. I had a rampant imagination. I was constantly creative. I was fascinated with video games since I was old enough to pick up a controller. I had difficulty paying attention in school. I honestly just wanted to create things and play all the time. Early on, I was diagnosed with ADHD and I was given medication for it, and I eventually started rejecting that while I was on it because I developed a deep psychological fear that I was no longer what I believed to be me while I was on it. That was one of my first acts of self-awareness that I recall. As my peers and I got older, I began to regularly be socially tortured by others over years, to the point I completely withdrew inward, electing to speak to no one or draw attention to myself if I could absolutely help it. My only real solace was video games and art. And I guess two people that I deem my friends because they happened to noticeably bully me the least. I became very overweight. I stopped taking care of my hygiene, which, as you can imagine, did not help with the bullying part. But over a particularly hard school year, this general bullying escalated to the point I felt I had to try new strategies to make it stop. Unfortunately, I felt this way to the point that I started to physically threaten or fight others. Predictably, I was withdrawn from public school, and then I was placed into a religious private school where things didn't improve much. My story about the bizarre way I was expelled from that same school has been told a few times on my channels. The one where I explained that I may or may not actually be Satan. I just am not aware of it. I happened to be expelled from that private school. Yeah, hey Bailey, how you doing? I happened to be expelled around the time summer break started for the public school I was returning to. The same one that I was originally made to leave. I felt a deep, all-consuming fear that things were not going to improve, that I was always going to feel this way, that I was always going to be treated badly. I don't ever recall anyone other than a few kids in private school and maybe one school counselor. None of the teachers helped me at any point. I distinctly remember that. Just the school counselor ever intervening for me or treating me well, even. And even then, when they did do it, I had this impression, even though I was barely socialized, that it was out of pity. So I historically didn't have much of a reason to believe otherwise. I felt what I can only describe as my self-preservation instinct kicking into high gear, along with a powerful, spontaneous motivation to try to change myself in some way that would at least lower my chances of being targeted by other kids, or becoming more resilient somehow when I was targeted. That didn't depend on trying to make people catch these hands, which I don't know why I just raised my hands, making giving me the impression that you would see that. My character is not rigged for that at all. So, you know, just sit there and imagine that that's what I'm doing. Okay. It's really messed up to reflect on, but the sentiment really did boil down at the time to, I'm going to do my best to save myself. And if I fail, then at the very least, I can find some comfort knowing I did what I could to try to help myself. I began exercising constantly for hours every single day for nearly 3 months. I showered twice a day, once in the morning and at night. I started practicing how to talk to people alone, including really complex conversation chains, such as if somebody says this, I say that. If they say this, I say something like this. Or if somebody insulted me, I would say this and that and this and that and this and that and so on. At the end of it, although at my core I felt like largely the same person, I looked and behaved almost entirely differently, which is insane to think about now, to reflect back on that point. What does stoicism think of the holidays? As long as your intent is in the right place and you're not spending for the sake of trying to outdo other people during the holidays, it's all gravy, baby. Just being nice to other people is a part of it, and Christmas happens to be a commercially fueled way to do that. So I felt largely like the same person, behaved almost entirely differently. Early into the new school year, I was shocked by others not only being nice to me, which is a really sad thing to hear myself say out loud, but also trying to actively spend time with me. Thank you for shouting out. I greatly appreciate it. Please do that for everyone that you know is like a super cool person, which they all are, except for maybe Hero, but you know, that's the conversation for another time. I distinctly remember feeling like I couldn't trust that feeling. Like I was waiting for the hammer to come back down at some point, or it was some kind of play-by-play ploy to get me to lower my guard. It's rough to think about, but the words, "What is this? Why are these people being so nice to me?" rang through my head at some point. Over time, I used my popularity to intervene for others who I saw myself in and spend time with them. Not only because I genuinely cared about getting to know them, but due to a newfound drive to show those being mistreated that they're not alone. It's now late stage high school in this mental painting that we're working on right now. I began slipping into a depressive state, unfortunately, not because the bullying for me restarted in any way, but because I felt powerless to meaningfully stop it from happening to other people. This feeling intensified until I elected to withdraw from high school, to begin earning money and get my GED, which is, if you're not familiar with what a GED is, it's functionally a test for an equivalent, something equivalent to a high school diploma. Hey, NoFlow, how you doing? All right, I'm gonna pause here for a sec and check, make sure nothing was entered into that link. So Telegram comment number 1 is posted by :3, aka cat smiley face. Who is your best friend? I know I'm hesitating and that's in some way messed up. In general, like somebody that I could just point to and say is my best friend. I mean, there's a lot of, this is a cop-out, I understand this. A lot of people that I regularly hang out with in the ham club, the association with which I associate, I can consider to be a collective series of best friends. As for somebody that I can point to currently as like my bestie is a dude named Egon, who I've played over 2,500 out of the 3,000 hours that I invested into a game called Foxhole. which I have not played, and I have various mentioned as being run into the ground super hard by the developers. Sorry, Shumi, get wrecked. She's my wife. She's an auto best friend. She's an auto best friend. She's an auto best friend. The best friendship is implied. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm getting ruined in the court of public opinion. Can you please help me? Okay, she heard. No, she's like an automatic bestie. She doesn't count, and I know that's. Other than that, if we're talking about like in IRL, in real life, in non-gamer terms, it would probably, well, gamer terms also, would probably be my nephew. My nephew and I are functionally the same person. We think about things in mostly the same way, naturally. He's not as stoic, but he definitely acts like one. And he and I have been through some shit. And the reason why it might seem strange, I understand, to hear somebody say that they're close with their nephew specifically, but my brother had him when he was very, very young. So even though it sounds strange that my nephew would be my best friend, he's more so my brother. We grew up together. There's not a huge difference in time or experiences between us. What do you mean? Yeah, I know. You're supposed to defend me. I'm getting torn apart out here. The Ham Club ladies will treat you right. This is absurd. Hero, start banning people. Anyone that isn't no flow, get them out of here. I won't have this slander out in the open like this on the day of my daughter's wedding. Okay, that kind of banned. Everyone banned. No flow, get them. 24-hour permanent. Okay, so wait, what was I talking about? Oh, the GED thing. Okay, so I met a girl in an online game, not my current wife. I'm just gonna get that out of the way. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get to that point. I met a girl in an online game. We got close over months. I had the very uncomfortable and weird conversation with my parents of, hey, I met this girl in an online game and we've been talking for what seems like forever. I'd like to fly to her to be with her. Is that cool? They were not very receptive. This was like video games were past their generation. So from their perspective, I was going to get kidnapped and murdered, or that the relationship wasn't real and therefore my feelings weren't real, and they tried to explain this to me. And don't ban me. Stop it. Wait, can you do that? I don't think you can do that. I think it was tested at some point. So dog is sensitive. You can't treat him this way. That's right. Exactly. Internally I bruise like a banana. So over a grueling week of constantly trying to wear them down, they agreed. A flight was booked. I met what I imagined would be the love of my life. And over the course of a couple of years of her successfully cheating on me, or at least attempting to, in other cases, the relationship, as you can imagine, was ended shortly after the time that she tried, and this is real, to attack me with a combat-ready samurai sword, like the really expensive ones that are not as good as like the 1,000-folded Nippon steel that you could get back in the day in like the 1400s, but we're as close as you could get to the real thing right out of the factory. I'd like to say that I caught the flat size of the blade as it was coming down with the palm of my hands, like one of my Japanese animes, but it was considerably less cool in the moment. Miraculously, I wasn't hurt, but the relationship kind of petered off after that point. I booked a flight home soon after and tried to salvage what was an increasingly confusing entry in my life, the way anyone around my age was culturally encouraged to, which is just go to college, I guess. Here, another question has popped into the quote-unquote tailgram thing. What is the most profound moment you've experienced in stoicism? The most profound thing that I've ever felt to date, and I'm still chasing after something similar to it, and I can achieve it if I return to form and get through and get myself back to a place where I feel I should be, philosophically speaking, there was a time in college, like 2014 or so, where there was a lot of fucked up shit sorry, HelloFresh. there was a lot of mess up stuff. There we go. PC, can we cut that out in post? There was a lot of messed up stuff that was happening to me or around me or to people that I cared about, all kind of coalescing into one giant ball of uncomfortableness. And yet, despite this happening with no predictability about it, no way of determining when any of these situations that were happening all at the same time were going to end, and all them being more or less severe, I felt good. I felt happy. I understood that all of these things that were happening to me that should have torn me down, or at least definitely would have at some point not that long ago. These things were happening to things around me and related to me, but were not happening directly to what I identify as me. The parts of you and me that calls itself me or I is not getting impacted by these things. Who I am and who you are at your core, or what you could be, is someone that is trying to do the best that they can with what they have, with the time and the resources that they have it, and in the attempt to try to do the right thing. Nobody can take that away from you. Therefore, because those things that were happening to me at the time were not capable of injuring that part of me that I felt was more important than any other physical or external aspect of myself, that I was fine, and I was going to stay fine, and that no matter how much worse these things got, I was not going to stop feeling that way as long as I kept my eye on the ball. And so I was chilling. I felt like instant self-triggered dopamine that lasted borderline 48 hours once that thing clicked in my head. So that definitely was up there. So going back, I was attacked with the samurai sword. I booked a flight home, and I tried to figure out what I was supposed to do, which was, I guess, going to college. So I took an entry exam. I passed. I aimed for a psychology degree for no other reason than my student counselor suggesting to pick whatever seemed good, because there was always going to be time to pivot, so they said, and because that just kind of seemed like what I was meant to do. I was told at least once or thrice that I was a pretty good listener, and people seemed to pretty quickly open up to me. Simply put, dog and dogesses, I didn't have a dream or a career in mind. So those reasons alone seemed just as good, and that I was like, I guess that I'll figure out what I'm supposed to be like in the movies later on. My psychology courses were a lot heavier in the medical and chemistry areas than I expected. That really didn't ever let up. My personal expenses weren't doing too hot at the time either. The amount that I'd saved was going faster than I expected it to. So I got a part-time job. Yeah, the drinking game has begun. You don't have to tell me twice, sister. I'm gonna take a swig right now. Feel my mouth drying up. I would like to put it back in the hole, please. Thank you. So I got a part-time job, and I made burritos. Chat. I made lots and lots and lots of burritos. Truly infinite burritos, a staggering amount of burritos, more burritos than you or I are ever going to see again in our lives. Sometimes tacos, most of the time burritos. I just kind of floated along with the burrito making. I was feeling less and less in tune with my major. My student counselor insisted I stick with the major a bit longer because, quote, there'll still be time to decide if you want to do something else, unquote. A little bit of foreshadowing. He never stopped fucking saying that pretty much all the way to the end. But it was like the last years. I don't know if that's just what it was like what he was taught, or like that's just where This is where he was like, I just need to make them feel good, and that's my responsibility instead of like steering him in the right direction, or what seemed to be the right direction. Nobody can decide that except for the person. I get it, but I had no dream. I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing, man. I was just banging sticks of rocks together trying to make something happen. Oh, and a few very confusing on and off, it's complicated Facebook status level romantic relationships were also happening around that time. The wheel eventually turned. It was scheduled for a mandatory intro to philosophy course. And before you go into that, I'm gonna check to see if there's any more comments. Okay, we're still good. It was scheduled for an intro to philosophy course based off of nothing but a vague sentiment I picked up from who knows where. I felt the philosophy course was going to be a waste of time. I believed that what I'd hear was going to be nothing but a bunch of, how do we know we're not dreaming? And is the table you're looking at the same one that I'm looking at because the difference is the light on the surface? And so on. And granted, there was a ton of that. A ton of that to the point that it almost drowned out everything else, including a 20-minute stint that the professor gave on somebody named Epictetus saying things to the effect of, there are things that are outside of your control, things inside of your control. You can be happy and at peace by focusing on things inside of your control. And it's possible to be content regardless of what's happened or what's happening to you by being a good person. Both of these sentiments, as I'm sure they resonate with you in some way, chat, immediately and powerfully affected me, especially given my history and experiences purely accidentally wanting to think that way and trying to think that way, despite having very little emotional resources to prop myself up due to like the constant outward siege that was incoming. So spookily, I felt myself impulsively rejecting those thoughts because it meant that if what I was hearing was somehow true, I could have avoided so much pain to that point. So I tried unsuccessfully to push this impression out of my head and just carry on with the semester. Sometime months later, I was sitting alone in my dorm room. I was feeling turbulent. I was feeling confused. I was a little bit sussy. I just had all these unrelenting emotions, and I instinctively asked myself, I distinctly remember this. It's a core memory for me. When am I going to stop feeling this way? This is just how it is, right? How life is. It's not gonna change, right? Who says otherwise? And I meant to stop there, and I accidentally remembered this Epictetus person saying it's possible to feel differently and help you get yourself there, but it takes a huge amount of care and genuine effort because you're effectively retraining the way that your brain works. Because up until this point, we hear a mishmash of random advice that is pseudo intertwined with what seems and sounds good based off of what we hear and see in our culture, including things like shows and movies. So I can approximatize, not a word, but we're gonna roll with it, that most people's general rolling life philosophy, not their fault at all, and this was also mine, is I want to be a good person. I want to be thought of to be as a good person. I want nice things, including money and health, so that I don't feel like I have to suffer. But money is not good. It just gets me things that seem good to me. And also having besties who is also definitely your wife also works and helps. And that's about as complicated as it gets. It's just something that a feeling, a sentiment, an internal state that we acquire over just existing in the world, being exposed to random stuff around us, and getting to the current day. So, oh brother, this guy stinks. So true. So I excavated my intro to philosophy book, and over days began reading it from the beginning to end. So much of it, chat, was painfully dry or seemingly inapplicable to what I was actually looking for, which was just to feel better. Strangely enough, I made a point of saving Epictetus' section for last because I was simultaneously afraid that it would end up meaning something and that it would trigger in me a significant life change that I wasn't sure how it would pan out. Similar to the one like late childhood stoic instance that I tried to reboot myself that I mentioned on stream, I think maybe once before, where I tried to improve myself, but I didn't really know how. And I also mentioned it like a moment ago, where I was just constantly exercising. I was teaching myself how to talk to people, that sort of thing. So that sort of situation, that it would mean that for me, or worse, that it ended up meaning nothing or almost nothing, and I'd go back to feeling exactly as I did, if not worse. So I cracked open Epictetus' badly translated section. His intro, the intro for him, not his own intro, did a pretty poor job of detailing who he was. It wasn't for months that while looking for similar stuff that I actually discovered he was something called a Stoic. I thought he was just a guy. I thought he was just a guy that got a following like on ye ancient Greco-Roman Facebook that was large enough to get himself printed in books like 2,000 years later. And that this stuff that I was reading, remembering, was specific to this guy. I read what I was looking at, beginning to end, and I felt this strange sense of calm over me that flatly I've never experienced before. Even with the less than stellar translation of what I eventually learned was something called the Handbook or the Enchiridion, I took enough away from it to believe that there was more to that feeling. That I could sustain it for longer, as the writing suggested to me. The handbook stated, simply put, that it was possible to feel the way that I did in that moment continuously, even when I didn't immediately have it in front of me, by trying to put in practice what was being said, both in situations where it was easy, such as like having the opportunity to just let a door close in somebody's face while they were holding boxes, and choosing to try to rush to get the door, keep the door open for them, not because you want them to think highly of you, but because it seems like the appropriate thing to do. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. To situations that are severe, such as trying to stay on top of your own mind, like that one time when it was raining insanely hard on campus, and this person I thought saw me and was turning a corner, and my man's physically pushed me out of the way with his giant, not compensating at all truck. And to his credit, he did stop, and he didn't roll down. It's just how many. Not the point. He put down his window and he asked me if I was okay, and I could have ripped into him, but I wasn't hurt, and he was probably shitting his pants, and I just said to him, "It's fine, just please be more careful next time." And granted, it wasn't fine. That was me reacting to the best of my ability to try to make something constructive out of what could have been a really bad situation. It was saying that I could improve and I could make something constructive out of those easy and tough situations. It also said that it would be necessary for me to change, that I couldn't continue as I was and expect a meaningful shift in my mental state. I'd already gone through a period where I made this kind of enormous internal change out of necessity. Now I was being prompted to make it by choice. So as I did so many years ago, I agreed to this new but familiar suggestion, which was, I'm going to do my best to help myself, and if I fail, at least I'll have the comfort knowing that I tried. All right, I'm gonna pause champ for a second and take a swig of Who knew that talking so much for so long could could make you thirsty? And not like that. This tirade about self-improvement is brought to you by HelloFresh. Make sure that you buy and use my code. And then do whatever you want after the delivery, the box of food is delivered to you. $22. $22 for 4 dinner-sized meals. They're all proportioned. I used to use HelloFresh, so I'm just talking from memory. I'm not actually this good. I've just experienced this myself, so I'm just going off of pure muscle memory and experience. Anyway, from that day forward, daily for about 3 months, I read this same passage front to back for about an hour. Then, as I went about my business, I tried to summon to mind anything I remembered reading that could apply to whatever my given situation was, while also trying to really think that way. To not allow the very first impression of what seemed to be happening to be the one that I let my brain roll with, to get on top of my own thoughts, and then think of a way to handle whatever I was dealing with constructively. I failed a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. I failed a lot with what I was trying to remember. Much less what I remembered properly in general, but it did get easier with time. And over the course of 6-ish months, I'm not drunk, you're drunk. It felt very slightly natural. I reacted less impulsively to things. I felt more inwardly control in general. And I started to seek out new ways to learn and apply this new inner strength, as the Stoic suggested, which was helping people while suppressing any expectation of receiving anything in return, doing it as my own good, as a rational and social creature. This is also around the time, extremely hot take, incoming, but I swapped my major from psychology to philosophy to ensure that I had as much time as I felt I needed to research Stoicism and life philosophies like it, fully understanding and anticipating the decision and myself would be looked down upon, thought to be foolish, etc. There's no shortage of people on the internet that when you tell them I decided to major in philosophy, they say, oh, do you like saying, would you like fries with that? Lol, lamau, raffle, even. Same things were happening 2,000 years again, dog. Hi, Tia. Wonderful person. I'll shout you out. Would you like fries with that, huh? What are you gonna get? What kind of job are you gonna get with that, huh? Stupid, you stupid face. As they cackle right in your face. They grab both of your cheeks in the palms of their hands and they loll right into it. Holy crap, there's a lot that was added to the Telegram. Give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna read through some of these. How you doing, Tia? Don't mind me. I'm just going to be going on what may or may not sound like an insane tirade about a personal life philosophy that I've been practicing for the last decade. Are you ever going to play Guild Wars 2 again? By not Lissa. I'm glad that this person identified themselves as anyone but Lissa, because if it was not listed as not Lissa, I would assume that it was Lissa asking this. Yes, I am. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, as always. I just haven't had an opportunity to talk about it or say it out loud or make you cry. The whole reason why I've been playing Monster Hunter World instead of Guild Wars 2 is because Monster Hunter World has its fangs in me, no pun intended, pun now sort of intended, way more than I expected. And Guild Wars 2 scares me now. I like it. I liked it when I played it. Ever since I touched the level 80 booster, like nothing changed really, because there's a reason to do everything in the game. I understand that now. I did the research in order to try to help this feeling that I'm having. I now have a very rough but strategically followable sketch in my mind of the steps that I need to take to make sense of this insane, this giant web, this tapestry of options that I now have. And it wasn't me. I'm above dirt, getting slowly ready for the drive we are going on tomorrow. We're going to the beach. Well, good. Are you not a fan of the beach, or is it just like touching grass in general that seems rough? Honestly, ignore the booster. It is omega too late. So unless I start over, or if there's like a D booster, something in the something in the store that is called a D booster, just start over. Of all the things that I'm going to do, Hero, I can assure you I'm not going to do that. I wasn't super far along, but I am sunk cost fallacying here super hard, and I'm cognizant of that. I am fine with just continuing. It's just coming from a place where I was playing Final Fantasy 11, classic Final Fantasy 11, no less. I simply do not have the frame of mind yet where there is more than just the experience point treadmill. And Guild Wars 2 is amazing, and I recognize that every single aspect of it amazing. That there's some parts of it more so than others that people feel less great about, like some aspects of certain things and certain stories and so on and so forth. But I am prepared for all of it. I just have to override that feeling, and I'm not overriding it currently because Monster Hunter is monster hunting, and those monsters won't hunt themselves. That's basically it. I have a game plan for when I go back into a Guild Wars 2, and unless something else makes me categorically refeel what it is that I felt originally, it's just a matter of time before I get back into it. The drive, it's the drive. I'm not looking forward to the 5 or 6 hour drive. You probably don't need any advice from me, and what advice that I do have to give you probably isn't going to be as effective as it may be for me. Podcasts are your friend, or audiobooks, unless those things put you to sleep, in which case BPM, baby. BPM and caffeine. Oh. Also, it was me that asked that. I just wanted to cast shade on Lissa. Wow, you got me though. How did people deal with global conflicts and issues that directly impact them without feeling great despair? So I'll cover this in a little bit, but Stoics were cosmopolitans. They believed that every single person on Earth was related to each other, not like the Sweet Home Alabama type way, but by nature, by our uniquely shared property of being able to reason and determine what and who we are by design, by whatever powers that be, to be social and rational creatures. And as social and rational creatures, we can't run like horses, we can't fly like birds, we can't swim like fish. Sometimes people get close after years and years of training and dietitians and so on and so forth. But functionally speaking, our ability right from the onset is helping each other to survive. And even though technology has rapidly changed, that we're essentially not any different than what we were thousands and thousands of years ago. So it is essentially what I mentioned before, where you do the best that you can with the resources that you have to make reasonable attempts to help people, while also drawing the line of ownership over the improvement of those people's lives, or the people themselves taking what you are trying to give them and using it what seems to be appropriately. So in situations where you can reasonably give the time, you try to help people, sometimes just as simply with kind words, which sounds like a, thoughts and prayers type thing to say, but that it honestly, it's free. It's free, and it's borderline instant. If you have the means to economically help people without putting yourself in a bad or worse position, like if you're not riding that line of paycheck to paycheck, you could consider researching and then donating to charities, or volunteering to help like troubled populations. And if you are just maximized on time, and it's literally all that you can do just to exist on a day-to-day basis, and trust me, brother, I feel you there. I've been there before. it is trying to raise awareness of people who are in positions to try to improve the quality of life for the people that are affected in the way that we're extremely vaguely describing. And I'll touch on that in a little bit. Like I mentioned, what is the most valuable lesson you've learned through Stoicism? The most valuable would probably be learning to just accept that not everything is in my control, and to try to focus on doing the right thing and finding value in that. And the reason why it's the most valuable lesson to me is because everything else psychologically hinges on that. You retraining the way that your brain works depends on you trying to think in different ways of catching yourself when you are starting to feel things like jealousy or envy or anger, and trying to make something constructive out of it. So just to give you like a snapshot, by far the most important valuable lesson would be understanding how we as humans think about things. Why do we feel the way that we do about stuff? How do we get to that point? So what happens to us, and this is backed by research into cognitive behavioral therapy, is that we, in Stoicism, in Stoic terms, we experience something, right? Something that at face value is received by our brains, by our 5 sensory inputs. And please, for the love of God, let me get these sensory inputs right. By like touch or taste or smell, or the other feelings that I apparently can't remember at this time, but you can look it up because Google's right there. I can look it up. Internet is right there. You receive sensory information, hearing, yes, thank you. Sorry, my ears are synthetic. Can't you remember? Because of my RP. Touch, taste, smell, hear, see. Exactly. You receive information through those 5 senses. Your brain then generates a non-voluntary, purely instinctive reaction to what seems to be the case based off of the information that has been provided to it, which you can think variously as like the fight or flight response, or what the Stoics refer to as the first impression or the first movement of the soul. That's how they categorized it. You then have another part of your brain that takes this snapshot, this quasi simultaneous moment, and pairs it with a sentence that it can understand and know what to do about, or to generate some kind of strategy to either help with the situation or get to the thing that seems tasty, or to run away from the thing that's about to go whole hog on you, whatever. It's not necessarily in an ooh-woo kind of way. This structuring is what's called by the Stoics a proposition. So the proposition is what, if I were to put words to it, is, for example, like, I am in a forest. I hear the cracking of a tree. I turn. A tree seems like it's about to fall on me. And then the proposition part is, and this is a bad thing. So you feel that, and then you have to assent to that proposition. You have to agree that whatever it seems to you to be happening is the case, and that it's appropriate for you to feel that original way. Now, this is all happening in nigh instantaneously, right? It has to, like, otherwise, it would just be like experiencing a situation and then pause champing, and then by the time that you stop pause champing, the thing happens, right? But it is possible for us to recognize when we are given the proposition of something that seems to be happening, and then if we choose to assent to it, aka agree that what seems to be happening is in fact the case, we feel an enhanced version of the original sentiments that were related to that original feeling. So for example, if it seems like there's a tree that's falling and it could fall on me, and this is bad, if I agree that this is happening, the exact way that it's been portrayed to me, I am shitting my pants. Or if I think that somebody is about to give me cake, like I've just heard that cake is coming, and I like, and it's angel food cake. You know how I am with angel food cake, and I'm like, where's the milk? And then, you know, if I agree that I am being brought cake and that this is a good thing, I will feel like desire, like a very strong, pleasurable feeling that I'm about to receive cake. And then the tree wasn't actually near you. It was 12 feet away from you. And the cracking that you hear is actually your friend that's stomping back through the woods like an idiot, being as loud as possible when everyone else is trying to sleep. And the cake that they brought you was not actually cake for you. It is a cake that is being brought, but is being brought for the office that's next to yours. Okay, if you assent that the cake itself is a good thing and not a lie, and that the tree is about to impact you personally, barring any other information, including you fully assessing the situation, that you have felt fear and you have felt desire, and it has consumed you in that moment to the point that you now feel the complete opposite, and you have created or reinforced this habit of thinking that all future situations like it are the appropriate way of thinking about it. If in that moment, I stoic Merry Stoicism Day, I Crucian Merry Crucian Day. So I'm not going to harp on it too much longer. That is the most valuable lesson that I've ever received, because it just asking your brain to like wait for literally 1 second while you try to get more information, if possible. Like if you're in a dangerous situation, sometimes you just gotta act on the best information and opportunity that you have. I'm talking about situations that you can reasonably be asked to wait, and then even in situations that are like snapshot judgments of you being aware of what's happening in your own mind and not allowing yourself to be steered by the situation, that you have to stay as the acting agent in the situation regardless of what's happening to you. Hey Atomic, how you doing? Let's see, glancing. Has Stoicism helped you deal with the trauma from your past? Do your parents know what you had to deal with being labeled Satan? Have you had any resentment from that time in your life? How does your family feel about your Stoicism? Lastly, could you recommend a coffee creamer to someone who likes peppermint and mocha? I'm gonna take a swig of my Mike's Harder Pineapple Mandarin Pineapple pen, and then I'll answer that. So Stoicism has helped, and I'll actually be able to explain that. I'm gonna go back to explaining like my literal whole life story, not literal because it's just the not at all, but sort of Cliff Notes version. But my parents did know, and they just simply didn't know how to help me. I was not an easy child. It's not easy to know what to do with your child that's in that sort of situation. I think that reflecting on it now and applying my philosophy to it, they were just trying. They didn't know how to help me. I probably know how to help. I probably would know what to say to myself if I were there, but because I am me, I cannot do that. I am also not capable of going back in time yet. But with 500 subscriptions, we could build one. Have you had any resentment from that time in your life? No. Which is a huge personal accomplishment for me. All the people, and by people I mean kids, and by extension people if you include the teachers that easily could have intervened but just chose not to for whatever reason, because it was just easier not to, and because kids suck, and so I can identify from their position why they kind of cowered it out and didn't help me. I don't agree with it, but I understand why, at least. That all these kids were just on autopilot. They for the most part, some kids are really good, like unabashedly good. Some kids are awful. Other kids are just existing. They're caffeine fueled, and by caffeine I guess like sugar. They're like sugar fueled balls of meat with randomly firing neurons that are telling them to do 8,000 different things in a given moment. And this was before like phones really came into prevalence. So it was way worse. Like all the things that they're channeling now through social media was just being rapidly fired out into the open at whatever they deemed got in their way. Okay. How does your family feel about your stoicism? They're immensely proud of me. They understand and respect what the philosophy has done for me, both in my growth as a person and in its ability to help me help them. Not to get too deep into it, but my family is not in a great place physically or psychologically. So I do play the counselor sometimes, more so for my mother than anything, which taking care of your parents is taking care of a human being, and that's what my philosophy has me do, and so I do it. Lastly, could you recommend a coffee creamer to somebody who likes both peppermint and mocha? I would recommend trying peppermint and mocha. There is a brand from a brand that of peppermint mocha creamer, and I cannot remember what it is. It's not Andy's Candies. It's like a peppermint patty type creamer, which is close. It's close enough for me to suggest that to you. If it's like an emergency, in case of emergency, break glass, I need to put peppermint mocha creamer in my coffee, then you could do that, and that would be fine. All right, I'm gonna continue with the story a little bit, and I'm gonna keep. I see the post from somebody called Raymond. I see you, fam. I see enough Doctor Who to be able to go back in time. I'll have my marketing and human resources teams get in touch with you, and definitely not corporate ninjas who are going to steal said time machine and then compensate you. And then if you choose not to be compensated, then you will mysteriously disappear in Minecraft. So what were we talking about? Oh yeah, me starting to really sit down and try to retrain out the way that my brain worked. You know, just typical college kid stuff. So as I went about my daily business, I tried to summon to mind anything I remembered reading that could apply to whatever my situation was, while also trying to really think that way. To not allow the first impression of what seemed to be happening, which I kind of touched on, to be the acting agent in the situation. I failed a lot, but it did get easier with time, and over about 6 months, I'd say it started to feel natural. I reacted less impulsively to things. I felt more inwardly in control, and I started seeking out new ways to learn and apply this new inner strength that I had never had at any point in my life, as the Stoic suggested, which was helping people while suppressing any expectation of receiving anything in return. I swapped my major from psychology to philosophy, and I knew that that people possibly could look down on me. That didn't really happen. There was a couple of times where, including this one time when I was volunteering for like a special needs organization, I spoke to someone who was also working at the same organization, and while we were just cleaning up after like the workday was over, she asked me if I was in college. I said yes. She said, "What are you studying?" I said philosophy, and she audibly cackled at me and then said, "Okay." And that was a perfect opportunity to try to make constructive of something where it's like somebody just laughing, not literally in your face, but borderline neighboring it, was a good opportunity for me. I began volunteering. I became a resident assistant. I joined student government sometime later. I stopped at part-time burrito making at some point. I don't remember exactly when. It wasn't exactly a formative memory for me. I started a social media group where in it I put writings on how I was trying to get myself to approach like a situation that I thought was difficult constructively, because I wanted it to help others, to just be a resource. And I do post some of that now, the new stuff, into my Discord, which you can get by looking at the socials here. Did that not go? Socials? Social? There we go. I don't know why it's not socials. I'm a professional streamer, by the way. Oh, okay. And people knew that I was something called a stoic, and my being a stoic is why I did the things the way that I did. Hey, Icy, how you doing? So I shifted career focus at around that time from becoming a residence director, which, if you're not familiar with what a residence director is, it's someone with their own team of resident assistants. They're essentially always on call 24/7 because emergency situations don't really wait for you. And if you have a student that is at their psychological boiling point, or they're effectively emotionally shattered and they need anyone right then, right there to help them out, you're the guy. The resident assistants are kind of like running interference, but you are ultimately the guy for about 400-500 students. Unfortunately, residence life as a field was downturning in quality around and pay. Importantly, because I wanted to choose it as a career around the time that I graduated, or at least it seemed to me. Fortunately, I got into a relationship with the person who is now my loving wife, who I pseudo was made to be suggested, not a sentence. I don't know where I'm going with this. She is my bestie. She's just like by default my bestie, but she is my bestie in general. You can have both. It's not a mutually exclusive thing. It would be fucked up and weird, chat, if she was not my bestie automatically by virtue of being my wife. It's just, in addition, I harbor the typical sentiments that you would have for a best friend. And that's it. That's the bottom line. I'm gonna take a small break. I'm gonna run ads for a few minutes. You can avoid ads in their entirety by subscribing, which is free with Amazon Prime. And then I'm going to continue whatever this is and keep reading off of the link that I gave you.
Damage.
And for those that are just tuning in, I'm talking basically about the not at all but sort of Cliff Notes version of my entire life and why I started practicing Stoicism, and why I recommend it to anyone that's willing to interface with it at least even a little bit today, especially with the socio-economic situation that comes down on us both in our phones and just generally in our own personal lives every single day. There is a link if you type !AMA to a simple anonymized feedback posting thing where you can ask me questions about anything that I've said or anything about Stoicism that you're curious about, anything that may be a little bit sensitive to you. Just please do not put any personally identifiable information in it, because the people who have that link, aka everyone in chat, can see what you're saying. So don't be like, my name is John Smith and I'm literally right behind you, because that is doxing yourself, and I will turn around and then engage in Mortal Kombat with you. Okay. All right. I will be right back. Running ads now. I'll see you in about a minute and a half. Bye-bye. We back. This song is too sad. Fitting but sad. This is good. Yeah, it's good. I could move my Santa hat, but I'm definitely afraid of moving my Santa hat, because if I move my Santa hat, it's affixed to a very particular part of my face, and if I move it, it's no longer going to be specifically hinged to that one spot. But we play a little bit risky. I'm gonna move it just slightly to the left. That's a little bit better. It still looks kind of dumb, but it's less dumb than it was, and we're just gonna lock that into place right there. Are the Santas locked? The Santas are locked in. Huzzah. Hello, Felicity. All right. So we're gonna read the question from Raymond. How do you deal with a YouTube live streamer ignoring his first ever chat commenter, knowing you were the commentator he ignored? And then what is an open parentheses, capital T underscore capital T close parentheses, a very extremely sad face or crying face or annoyed face? I don't really know which one that represents. Probably all the above. It's messed up, Raymond, but I'll tell you what, there are plans in the works that have a 98% repeating chance of being acted upon to immortalize you forever in my VODs as a stream that is dedicated entirely to you, my friend, or at least references you, has what may or may not be you, not really on the screen, but what I imagine you to look like, just like candlelight vigils and stuff like that. You can, whatever you think it's probably going to look like is not going to be that far off. So you're it's not the same as being there for you in your time of need, because you were talking to like the pitch darkness, and I was your lifeline to human contact, and you chose me in that moment of all people, because on YouTube I don't have the following that I do on Twitch. So you could have picked literally any of the 800 million YouTube streamers, and you chose me. And not only did you choose me, but you asked me a question. You looked for my input. You asked me something about my overlay. It's so messed up. It's so messed up, chat. I don't even remember what he exactly said to me. There's no record of what he said to me. So he's like this fallen legend, this mythic entity. I'm gonna try to do right by it. I'm not gonna succeed, because I can only do so much right about such a grievous wrong. But we're gonna try to get there. Raymond deserves better. I agree. I'm going to try to be the change that I want to see in the world. So we're at the tail end of me being at college, doing the thing. I met my amazing wife. Residence life at around that time seemed to be a less than great opportunity for me. And in addition to that, not only was the paid working conditions of residence life, generally speaking across the country, seeming to downturn, it was, I soon found that residence life hiring teams were significantly less likely to take on plus ones, to hire on married people, because they would need to accommodate and account for what is essentially to them a rogue entity that needs constant access in and out, and is willing to put up with someone that is virtually 24/7 on call. And then in addition to that, my wife and I discussed eventually getting an animal, which is now the little precious baby child that you see at the bottom left. And there are precious few residence lives out there that, despite how cute she is willing to endorse someone that is married and has an animal of some description. There are sometimes, and I knew one person personally, where the residence life director said, "I'm getting a cat, and unless you want to do something about it, I'm keeping the cat." And so she kept the cat, because, you know, removing lifeline to, to the managerial lifeline to a building of 300 to 400 students plus is not a great look and is an organizational nightmare. So they just let her keep the cat. So I would have to be in that position already and then say to them, either I get this precious baby child in my home or you don't get me, and draw the line in the sand there, or draw a line in the sand rather. The sand too, why not? So I bounced between jobs I was familiar with, and ones I believe could improve my own understanding of my philosophy better. Primarily in education. I also worked with special needs populations. I worked with behavioral schools, including working with one insanely difficult student that was basically put with us at the time because there was no infrastructure, there was no entity, corporation, whatever that was able to properly help this individual. So they just offloaded him to a nonprofit behavioral school and said let her rip. I wish that there was that I could say more about like how he was helped before he got to us, but we were half staffed at the time and we were over the student cap that we should have had by like 33%. And this dude, and he was a dude, like he was, I don't know if he was, I think he was like 19 or something. It was like 1,000 years ago, it doesn't matter. But he was incapable of saying no. Like he just didn't know how to say no. Like he conceptually he didn't understand it. So no matter what you asked him, like, are you hungry? Do you have to go to the bathroom? Are you ready to go onto the bus? Anything like that was always yes, even if he actually meant no. This, coupled with the fact that he was spontaneously aggressive without warning, was wild times. That was by far the worst working conditions that I've ever had to date, and I worked at Comcast, so that's saying something. So worked with behavioral schools, and then I worked with sales, which is Comcast and GameStop, working as a manager at GameStop. There's something uniquely philosophically and psychologically educational about working at frontline in-store GameStop and Comcast. You really see every flavor person go through those doors. Now, circa a year ago, my wife supported my being curious about streaming. I saw it as an avenue to practice talking more openly and often about stoicism to those who could be helped by it, and to do some mutually assured pogging over possibly long-term gaming interests with them at the same time. And by with them, I mean you guys. And here we are. We're now staring at a cursed Christmas backdrop behind a dude that hunts monsters behind a still visually stunning game from 2018. I'm gonna check this site one more time to see if anything else. Definitely not your wife. Why do you hate your wife? Pass. Next question. Any advice on how you would help in my situation? A family member who graduated uni not with results they were hoping for is now job hunting. I'm gonna move this to my main screen. And losing confidence in themselves, which has led to migraines and other conditions. I hope this is something that will pass with time, but I currently have no idea what I can do to get their confidence back or even help them. This reminds me, I'm gonna change it to a less no, that's too sad. Music helps me a lot. That's too congenial. Nope. Please hold. Nope. This is good. Okay. Family member who's graduated uni not with results they were hoping for is now job hunting and losing confidence in themselves, which has led to migraines and other conditions. I hope this is something that will pass with time. So in Stoicism, there's an example that Epictetus gives where a person comes to him for advice, and this person has a brother, and this isn't exactly the same situation, but the general thought process still applies. This person's brother is upset with this person that is asking Epictetus for advice. Epictetus says to him that he can't do anything to make his brother be less mad at him or make his brother improve the situation or like try to make amends on his own with him. The best thing that he can try to do for himself is to try to do the best that he can to make amends with his brother without assuming ownership over whether his brother actually stops being mad at him or not. In this case, it's the same thing applies to the family member. I've been in a similar situation to what you described myself, and what is going through a person's mind at that time is culturally inflicted. They feel as though they have gone through the process, that they feel as though they need to be on some sort of schedule in life, which is a very bad and regular thing that happens in the United States, is expecting us to achieve general life goals in order to be thought of and think of ourselves as good people, or that we've done something with our lives, and that is not the case at all. What I would suggest to your family member, very carefully and in a situation where they're receptive to the help, because that's also important, is explain to them that they are not the job. The career is not them. That the money's opportunities, if that's what they're focused on, are going to come and they're going to go, and them trying to do the best that they can with their circumstances is something that no one else can take away from them, no matter what. That you are there to support them to the best of your ability, but that they ultimately, ultimately they need to be. Hi Bridget, thank you so much for the raid. I don't know if we've met, but I look forward to getting to know you, and I greatly appreciate it. We're talking about stoicism right now, and about a situation where someone's family member that graduated university is job hunting and is feeling down by their circumstances. So there is Monster Hunter that is happening technically, and will happen actually later on. But for right now, that's what's happening. So to kind of put a bow on it, it's difficult, I understand, for you as a person that cares about this family member to divorce yourself from the situation just enough that you have to recognize that ultimately that person is the person at the helm, that they have to do the steering, that you can give them resources that you are comfortable providing in order to help them along, as long as you feel as though they aren't becoming personally or psychologically or economically over dependent on those resources. But that the best that you could do is just let them know that you are there for them. And you could also help them job search is another free, in terms of like money expenditure type option for you. And then if they seem receptive to it, sit them down and then just give them that talk, that they are not their job, that they are not money, that what makes them unique and what will ultimately get them there to the place that they would like to see themselves in is them just trying to stay cognizant of that and doing things for its own sake to try to improve. And then just kind of let it ride. I was here a while back while you were playing Sandrock. I thought I recognized your name, but I wasn't too sure. I'm glad that you're here, all the same. How was your stream? You were playing Farlight 84. What is Farlight 84? I don't recognize that, but I'm interested in hearing more about it. And you already shouted out, Bridget. Thank you for doing that. I greatly appreciate it. All right, let me check to make sure there isn't any more questions on here. So far, this has been working pretty good. Okay, just definitely not your wife says, why do you hate your wife? Pass. I'm gonna mark that down, actually. It is interesting to me that you can mark down, you can upvote or downvote. And if you are the person, if you're still in chat that sent that comment to me and you want to talk more often about it, and I don't happen to be looking at this link that I've given you that you used, you can email me if you're comfortable using like a fake email that you create to do so if you so desire, at prostoicbusiness@gmail.com, and I will literally sit there and try to help further. It was good. It's a shooter. Am I going crazy, or was I not watching you like not even an hour and a half ago? Far late. I might be crazy. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna keep this up on a tab, and then I'm gonna look at it later. Because if you recommend it, it's got to be good. I rated her. You were watching her. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Now that tracks. So what were we talking about? So a year ago, met my wife. She's wonderful. De facto my best friend, but not de facto also my best friend. Was supporting my streaming. I saw it as an opportunity to practice talking more often about stoicism and to share long-term gaming interests with people and pog out with them. And here we are. So what is stoicism? Like, what is this thing that I've been harping about the whole time? I'm gonna explain it, and then we're gonna hunt monsters, because talking at a rapid pace and explaining difficult life events is more exhausting than I expected. Who knew that recalling that a long-term, lifelong series of deeply uncomfortable events was going to be tiring? I didn't. Listening to stoicism while hunting monsters got me feeling some kind of way. Me too, brother. That's why I try to do it all the time. So stoicism is a 2,000-year-old Greco-Roman, which is just Greek and Roman, self-help life philosophy about living in accordance with uppercase nature. Nature is whatever powers that be. It could be like a sentient figure. It could be essentially like a universal biological process that's just doing its thing, kind of like a plant does. It could be a random series, well, not random because it's a pattern of cause and effects, or it could be purely random, just random shit interfacing with each other all the time. Pure chaos theory. That's more of like on the nihilist side, but they did account for that. But importantly, the Stoics say that it does not matter what the nature of nature is, whether there is a god as we conventionally think of it as, whether it's this sentient thing that's just organizing its parts and we're basically like essentially parts of it, parts of the whole, or if things are happening in a cause and effect way. I personally am leaning towards the belief that things happen in a cause and effect way. The whole butterfly effect theory, where if a butterfly, does its butterfly things with its wings, it flaps its wings, eloquently put myself, then there's a tornado on the other side of the world. Kind of like that, except like less extreme. So living in accordance with nature, per the Stoics, is to do everything that we possibly can to determine what is appropriate for us to do in a given situation. AKA what we like to think of as the right thing to do, in quotation finger marks. And then do that thing, that right thing, regardless of what may or may not happen to us. Our ability to reason, which is what separates us from other animal species, is what helps us do this constant searching of what the right thing to do is, and then do that thing based off of the best information and resources that we have at the time. This trying to do the right thing, even if we don't materially succeed at it, even if nobody sees us doing it, regardless of the outward punishment or reward, is called a virtuous action. And doing virtuous actions is a stepping stone towards what the Stoics called eudaimonia, which is variously translated because Greek is a hell of a drug, and and translations kind of go hard, as excellence of the soul. Stoics, as I mentioned some time ago, were cosmopolitans. They believe that every human being is related to each other, not in a family sense, like a strictly family sense as we understand it, but because of the shared quality of reason that we have. Anyone that is trying to actively harm or exploit another human being for an external gain of some kind is doing it out of ignorance. Those people the kids, and through inaction, the teachers that were either not intervening in me being socially tortured or doing the social torturing themselves, were doing it because they believed that it was appropriate to do for them based off of what they felt in that moment, and no other information, no other self-reflection, no other introspection. So it makes sense that they did what they did because they just don't know any better. So we as Stoics need to try to educate people that are like this as to how they are in fact harming the most unique, important parts of themselves in the least severe cases, and to do everything possible and reasonable and lawful in the most extreme cases to protect others, barring any other alternative. AKA, if you see somebody or like a kid that's in the street and they're about to be hit by a car, then you override your self-preservation instinct in order to try to help them, or at least try. So that's it. I mean, that's not it. There's a whole lot more to Stoicism. The great thing about Stoicism is that once you start learning about it, you start naturally understanding every other aspect that's involved in it. The difficult part about learning Stoicism is that everything that you learn is related to some other aspect that you may or may not be fully familiar with yet. So how do you do it? This is how do you learn? Like, where do I start? Like, I'm ready, you convinced me, I'm on board, send it. I don't have an easy answer for you. My personal experience was in a vacuum, in a void. I didn't even know what Stoics were. I thought, like I said, I thought that Epictetus was just a guy for a long time. My recommendation to you is to do what I did, except now you have the benefit of Stoicism being a thing that has resurged in popularity in recent times because the world is messed up. And the world was messed up back then, but it's a new flavor of messed up now. In new and interesting ways. And you have other people who are trying to learn the same things as you are. And notably, you've got me, and I do be streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard or Ritual Equivalent, 2 p.m. Saturdays sometimes, and in freak situations on Thursdays that you can ask me questions anytime. It's borderline impossible to inconvenience or irritate me in any way. And before you say out loud, I'll put you to that. Mother effer, people have tried. Ain't nothing you could do to me. If you can't headbutt me or grab my arm and bite me like that one special needs kid that I was trying to get onto the bus, there's not really much that you can do to bother me in any way. All right, let me make sure. Get out of my head. No, I won't be doing that. Not today. All right, so I'm not going to look at the Telegram thing for a while. You can still put questions in there, and then maybe we'll revisit towards the end, whatever the end is, probably a couple and a half hours from now. I'm now going to advert at you, okay? I'm going to advert at you. It's not going to be long. All you have to do is sit there, and if you are so inclined, order food for about $22 for 4 meals, okay? So my next month of streams is sponsored by HelloFresh. If you click my link or use my code, you get free breakfast for life. Capitalized. 1 breakfast item per box while the subscription is active. My link and code is getting spammed by my bot, is in my About Me section, is on screen. and is being permanently grafted into your cerebral cortex by nanomachines, so you literally cannot miss it. Every first order, every initial order supports me a ton directly and leads to you getting fed. And humans love getting fed. I've learned that much over my 8 months or so of streaming. So use my referral link, sign up for an account, make sure my code is in there, choose what sounds good, and get a heavily discounted first box of 4 meals, or around $5 per dinner, which is typical. You can pause the auto sending indefinitely while you decide if it's your thing, and if it is, great. If you're not, you can cancel literally anytime. No fees, contract, or anything like that. I've personally used HelloFresh before. I can personally vouch for it. It's great if you're feeling crafty, but you don't want to go through the up and down grocery store like aisles for an hour plus because you don't know what you're looking at and you don't want to substitute a million ingredients like that one horrifying picture, which I can actually bring up and put on screen in a moment. But I'm actually going to do that now. Hang on. So I have a specific memory that I'm referencing, which is part of the reason why I started seeking out things like HelloFresh, because I was like on a cooking bender. But I wanted to cook something, but I didn't know what. Where is it? Arby's, no. Here it is. So I was feeling crafty and I wanted to cook something, and I let those two thought processes override my better judgment. And so I was playing Aegis Rim, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, which is an amazing game. And I recommend that you play it and not look up anything about it. It's one of those games. And one of the characters in it is obsessed with Yakisoba Pan. And Yakisoba Pan, if you're not familiar with it, I'm going to shower, but I'll be lurking. That sounds good. Make sure to get behind your ears. One of the characters loves Yakisoba Pan. Yakisoba Pan is a complete carb meal. It is a split top bun that has fried noodles put in it, and it is nothing but pure carbohydrates. So you eat it and then you feel good about it and then you crash. That's essentially what it is. Yakisoba Pan is not what I made. I tried to make Yakisoba Pan. I went up and down dutifully down 2 grocery store chains aisles, and I found nothing but substitutes. And the recipe that I was looking at said I could use substitutes. It said that was fine. And so I took that to mean because I can use substitutes, I will use substitutes. So I substituted pretty much everything. And what I ended up making was this. Sorry, it's a very high res image. Hang on, it's a very high res. Hang on. This thing. This is what I made. What you are seeing right now, chat, is not Yakisoba Pan. I don't know what this is. It is not fit for human consumption. It is not a dish that should be consumed by anyone. I had to go back unbelievably far in my phone images in order to find this. What you are perceiving with your ocular membrane is not food. It is, and I shit you not, it is a normal OG white hot dog bun that is saturated and slightly fried in butter and filled to the brim with ramen noodles, like just regular ramen noodles that have been deep fried in nothing but Worcestershire sauce. And I did take a couple of bites of it, and tried to rationalize that there was so much more that I made, and so I needed to eat it, and it was almost fine until I got through the second bite, and then I realized that I was just eating it for the salt that was in the Worcestershire sauce, and I felt repulsed, and then I dumped it. Dude, just next time, if you feel like I do, just order HelloFresh and then use my code. Okay. Oh fuck. Okay. All right. If you enjoyed on some level everything that this has been for the last hour and a half, and you'd like to make a sincerely huge impact on me for free, hit that follow button. It helps me out a ton. It updates you when I'm around. It points other like-minded individuals who also want to see the absolute cursed things that I make in fits of creativity toward me. I've heard this story thrice now, and I still don't understand why. Because of the memes. Why do we do anything? It's because we can. In RP, I grab Felicity's shoulders and I lean really far towards her face, but not in the RR way, in the freaky, like, I don't know what this guy is what's gonna go down here kind of way. It's for science. That's why we do it. That's why we do anything. All right, let's play video games. I am extremely offline. I'm also in view mode. This is my guy. He's a little shy right now, so he doesn't want to get looked directly in the membrane right now. He's got a cool face. I did not expect there to be a cyberpunky type face in here, so of course I had to pick it. Very pretty game. All right, end view mode. Then I'm going to turn on my controller and we're going to hunt monsters. My character is starving because he hasn't moved for an hour and a half. I don't blame you. I cannot quit the game. I have to go back. Return from expedition. I'm going to be putting the session code once I'm actually back online into the chat, and then feel free to join up. I'm going to be hunting Nergigante as many times as I can until I get all the pieces, and then I'm going to upgrade the pieces and then probably try to kill the last Elder Dragon that I have on my list. My major goal at the moment is just to get to Iceborne. This is pretty much it. Not any more complicated than that. I should have paid attention. I did not notice what it told me that I could do in order to turn music off. Did not pay attention to what is this it? Create an online session. Friends can join. Sounds good. I should have set the automatic. Can I still do it? Online session. Create an online session. Friends can join, and then I want to set the starting area to the gathering hub so I can actually see people and hang out with them. Yes. Session me. I'm a big boy character right now. If you want help speed running through hunts, that's totally fine. I do not care about the experience. I've killed Nergigante. Oh, this is cute. I didn't know that this was happening. Look at how Christmassy it is. It's so Christmassy.
Poggers!
This person doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Berries and cream.
For limited time, Celestial Pursuit and staff will serve all hunters and vivid seasonal outfits. A seasonal platter will be available. Get the handler and your Poogie and Spirit of Things with special outfits. I'm not going to be doing that. I am going full Scrooge core. It's only available during the event? Okay, well, I guess I have to do it then, huh? Talk to the housekeeper, select change handler's outfit. Each facility features daily sales. Event requests only during the Winter Starfest. I'm fine. This is cute. Not only will you get 2 lucky vouchers during a fest instead of 1, I'll get a Winter Star ticket. That's cute. I feel like it is cute. Probably not going to interface with the seasonal events too much because I got a job to do. But I will change the handler into her snowy outfit, even though that's going to kill her in every other area, especially like the other area except for Iceborne. Okay, session ID copied. And put this in the chat. And you can plug that amalgamation of random letters, numbers, and symbols into the search function in order to play with me. Or I with you, because I can also help people's stuff. Like if you happen to be new or newish to the game, I am all on board with helping people, and not only because I get $20,000 effectively every single time that I do it, but because I feel good about doing it and I like helping people. I'm one of those people that puts their summon signs directly outside of boss areas all through the Dark Souls games, and then I just sit there and play games on my Switch or other games on my computer while I wait for you to summon me. I'm one of those people. I try to be a sun bro in any game that that I get my hands on. Any game that'll let me. I did grab one of the free content packages, so this should be in here. By the way, if you're not familiar, there is a free set of gestures and poses and decor items and sticker sets and stuff like that that's just in the DLC. It's a pack. Apparently an Iceborne bonus also, which is cool. Oh wait, no, I already confirmed that. So did I confirm it already? Apparently I did. Okay, cool. Tail Raider Safari has returned. I'm going to take all these. I still have no frame of reference for what the little green circle means. I guess that just implies that they did particularly good. Analyzers is good. I don't really know what I want from each of these areas, so grabbing this down here is fine. More Basil Geese parts means that I won't have to interface with Basil Geese directly, which is nothing but a net positive for me, dude. As far as I'm concerned. Hello, Dr. Michael Morbius. Good to see you. Is there anything else I need to do? I think I actually need to leave and grab ecological research. So I'm gonna go do that and then turn in whatever bounties I have, and then I'm gonna flag. Probably gonna look in the Discord to see if anybody else wants to play Monster Hunter World from my friend group. And if they don't, then that's fine. I'm getting a blue question mark. Can you please give me a chance to step away before you yell in my face like that?
Okay.
Holy heckadoodle. Something special investigations, dreadful creature. There's a new person, a Devil Joe. Devil Joe is bad. Look at the boogie.
Give it everything you've got.
Hunters of the Fifth, get out there, do the thing. Yep, I hear ya. I'll come play if I'm part of your friend group. You are Omega part of my friend group. You are not just in the regular friend group. You are in the upper echelons of the friend group. And I'm gonna let you guys Hunger Games it out. Who is on the lower echelons? Sneak peek. No one. I just wanted to have the opportunity to say to Sumi that she holds an extra large and upper tier place in my heart, even though everyone is on the same upper tier. Therefore, if everyone is special, no one is special. Like they say in the Invincibles. I'm rapidly losing track of what I'm talking about. Catalyst me. Collecting the harvest. I need to find something else I don't have a ton of. I don't have a ton of nullberries, so that can be one. Smoke nuts, I'm not going to use. Excite shrooms, I don't make farcasters because I can just return from expedition anytime, so who cares? Paralyzed shrooms, I do need more of. I should be grabbing them from all the same category, to be honest with you. Yeah, you could just join on me directly or by that session code, Sumi. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you relatively recently started playing Monster Hunter World, right? In that case, I can help you out. More honey is always more better. I mean, this is such a hodgepodge of things. I guess I'll decide next round when I'm looking at this guy what type of fertilizer to give them. I mean, that's one way of giving a shit, right, chat? Got any Nerg investigations? I have 3 hunts that I can still do investigation wise. I've beaten Monster Hunter World on PS4, but it's been a hot minute. Lol, stop. I will literally never. In fact, I'm going to escalate. All weapons can be equipped with pendants to customize their appearance. Pendants can be forged at the smithy. Okay. I'm almost certain I will not completely forget about this after the conversation is over. Pendant settings. I don't have any, right? Defender shield. All these are locked. Buy merch. Buy my merch. And this is cool, I guess. It's cute. Why is this so fucking big? Can I not have like this ultra... What is this? I mean, it kind of fits my brand. It is extremely visually distracting, but it is very cool. We'll roll with it for a little bit. I kind of like it. Now that I've spent a minimum of 2 seconds with it, the game is heating up. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna do one Nergigante investigation just because they want to get it out of my system, and then we will help the peoples. And I'm also gonna go into Discord and find individuals. Ham hang out, not live chat. Understood? I'm going into live chat if you wish to interface with me. What is this? Chilling TBH? Set custom activity. Grubbin? What's that to grubbing? Grubbin in terms of emotional wavelength is on par with chilling TBH, but I like pizza. Someone picked the pizza symbol. You're not able to get any frame of reference for what I'm saying, and I apologize for that. Voice mod is telling me that it's... Are you kidding me? Make voice mod work in Discord? I already have it set to Discord. Go away. Don't pop. What if I was fighting a monster, dude? Okay. And move this stuff out of the way over here. I will switch to hunting horn when helping people. Sorry, support. I thought you were going to apologize for the banging tunes. I was going to say no, but you did not say that. You said support. That makes total sense to me. Okay, let me make sure I don't have anything to turn in. I do not complete deliveries. I do not manage investigations. Do I have any other Nergigantes? I don't. Which is fine. Okay. All well and good. I'm gonna go upstairs so I can eat. I'm gonna go upstairs so I can eat, and then I'll flag the quest. Oh my god, he's going all out. Hello, Sumi. Sumi has joined the online session. There was a gesture pack, and by gesture I mean a pose pack. She looks so cute. Oh my god, so kawaii. There's a gesture pack and the DLC for $8, which is approximately $6 more than I'm willing to spend on something like that. Of nothing but swag dances. And if it were discounted, I would grab it because it is the most nauseating, cringe-inducing, deeply uncomfortable set of dances that I've seen. And boy howdy, am I all about that. But it is $8, and I'm not spending $8 on what would essentially be 30 seconds of memes for me. It would boil down to like, do you want to see this incredibly stupid looking dance that I do for 20 seconds at the end of every hunt? And then just do it, and then that be it. And I don't think at the end of that I would be like, that was worth $8. Like, to put it in perspective, I could have either a... Holy shit, Sumi, are you able to join? How are you able to join? It's... Oh, I guess you don't... I guess investigations are just open? That's interesting. Okay, just be really careful because I don't know what your equipment is like, and we're fighting Nergigante. I'm absolutely saying you should go if you want to go. It's just if Nergi like faces towards you and goes up in the air and starts wiggling, honey, you got a big storm coming. They chilling. Yeah. Oh, that's right. With the gourmet voucher, everyone gets boosts. That's good. Feline insurance, if I remember correctly, gives a person 1 free death without it impacting anything. Whoops. I didn't mean to go. Sorry, Sumi. Is it going to put me right in front of it? Yes. Answer is yes. I'm buffing. Just give me 20 seconds. I'm a big buffer. I'm a mother buffer. Okay. I'm good. Now attack. So Nergigante is not bad as long as you keep hitting him with your weapon and then dodging when he's about to hit you.
Brother, this guy stinks!
You know what I'm saying? Which sounds like five-head type advice, but it really... Okay, like that, he just turned. I should have predicted that he was going to be an a-hole to me. The little robot's not that bad. Like, you just have to dodge Lamau. Like that, but also not like that. Okay, he's not going for me. Good. We're gonna chill in my fart cloud for a moment and just kind of let the situation ride out and take opportunistic hits where we can while building up our charge files and hopefully... Nice. Good job. Good job on that. You're doing good. You're doing good, champ. Dr. Morbius, I can see where you got your pedigree. The one thing that's really hard to deal with is when he's enraged and he jumps up in the air, he has a fucking massive AoE with his sweep, and then if you're particularly unlucky, we're gonna overcharge and then fill him with blast juice. I did not mean to sweep there for a second. It's been a hot minute since I played. I do want to mount him. No mount for me. Cheese? Cheese? I'd like cheese, please. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. This move is what I mean. Holy shit. It is amazing I did not die there. What's that Eminem song where he's talking about percentages of how good you are? That's how I feel right now. My face won. What's the attack rating on your weapon? You don't have to answer right now, but just in general, if you could keep it in the back of your head, something like 1600, because that's what it feels like. I mean, I get it that we're just two guys, so his 1400, that seems about right. It would be very strange to me if it wasn't. I feel robbed. That really, the aftershocks definitely should have hit him. But that's okay. I don't really need to take a... Wow, good job. I don't really need to take a... Well, we try to guard point those. I should try to mount it, is what I should try to do. Okay, that was undeserved. My man's just turned. We will try to throw vials back into our shield. And even though I really should have my charge blade charged for this part, just because his horns do be particularly hard and all that. I have not, and I'm also panicking, and I should not. I need to guard point this? Oh my god. Sunlock, baby. So when you have... Don't worry, I'm not worried about it. If anything, I'm skeeved at my loss of what the hell does skeeved mean? Is that a word? At the loss of my... I'm gonna have to grab another max potion. I'm sure you're gonna kill it by the time I get there, so I'm just gonna go over there and assume that nothing happens to me. Okay, I need to apparently have to make it over there in 60 seconds, no problem. I'm on route. So I'm gonna complete one of these sentences at least. I forget what the other two were that I started about mid-fight, right before I got ping-ponged into oblivion. Charge blade has the ability to charge your sword, which means that your sword attacks never bounce, which is great. I should have enough time to get there. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to get there. I might get 3. I should have. This is why you never oven roast, kids. My character is deeply unathletic. I'm not gonna get there. I'm not even gonna get one carve. Wow, did you die? No, he fainted. Up top, Sumi. Thanks. You always coming back. I'm not gonna get there in 10 seconds. That's okay. Well deserved. This is why you never oven roast. Just never oven roast. Leave things exactly the way that they were, and carry on with your business of trying to get back before your insanely overpowered friend finishes the monsters off. I think I got what I meant to get though. All I needed is a carapace. The one thing that I'm missing that I'm gonna have to go onto an expedition for, just to pick up exactly one, is the fire cell for the legs. You know, it would be swell if the scoutflies worked and you would show me the path. The game really struggles if you're trying to be automatically routed to anything that flies or has multiple ways of moving around, or is in any place that has to do with any verticality at all. Because it's like a GPS, like the world's worst GPS, like an early 2000s GPS, where maybe I got an investigation. I didn't even get the tail, dude. Manage investigations. No, I'm gonna delete all these because I'm not interested in Leviathan or Organ or whatever. Gonna refill my box, and then I'm gonna flag the quest, and then I'm gonna make the part, and then see what I'm actually missing in the end. Quest, investigations. I have 2 more Nergigantes, which is good. We'll use a voucher for that. I realized I put everyone in the gathering area by default, and then I proceeded to just stay in the non-multiplayer area. I'm sorry. I'm just a guy. I'm just like a sussy robot on the internet that streams regularly and tries to get you to buy food so it supports him monetarily extremely hugely.
Hey, partner.
I already flagged the quest. What am I doing? Eat a meal. What is this? Unlock investigations more easily during expeditions. Sounds good. This actually helps me get research levels, achievements moment. I don't even have optimal skills for this build, which is nuts. And you said that you were trying out Hunting Horn, right? I think that's what you were using. I was too busy focused on not dying to properly see what you what you were wielding in the moment.
Stay tough.
I'm also not going to cope and say that it's a little floating robot above me, because I completely forgot that it existed when the goings-on were going on. Oh, can I make layered armor now? Or can I only make the... Oh, I can only make the snowsuit. Very good. Okay. I mean, that's going to be cute. It's going to be cute to have that during Iceborne. I'm not going to pretend it's not. Death Stench, no. That's just me on a Tuesday. Zora, no. Nerg-chan, where are you? Where? Nerg? Nerg. What am I doing? Am I going crazy? Did I just not get any of the parts yet? No. I didn't even get enough carapaces to qualify for another part. All right, back into the... Back in we go, baby. Come on, robot. Switch axe, hunting horn, basically the same thing, so true. Right in front of me, please. I'm buffing. Please hold. Because it helped me so much last time. All I have to do is not die. All I have to do is not die and then kill the monster. And then I get its parts, and then I get to look cool in front of strangers on the internet. That's all I gotta do. No. Give me that butt. Never mind. I should have respected your autonomy. Dude. I would like you to sip the Coke, please. Hello, Stoicism versus... Sorry, I didn't... I meant to say Stoicism plus VTubing. I like it. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. So my VTuber avatar is an amalgamation. That is BS. I should have guard pointed that. Of my ancient interest, which is the whole Stoicism thing, and my current modern interest, which is talking in front of a live studio audience, playing video games, and dying horribly. Like this is all simple shit that I'm getting hit by right now. Guard point me, please. Like I should be charging my blade right now. I don't know why I'm not charging my blade. I just want to go for this hill as much as possible, or mounting opportunities. We love that for me. I'm gonna put down this health booster because I think it's cute. Woo. I just need to get into the flow state. I just need to be Neo from the Matrix when he finally goes to toe-to-toe with the agents. Spoilers for a 20-year-old franchise. Ooh! Ooh! Right in the head, baby. We love that for us. He's starting to believe. I do want to charge my blade because Nergy has hard nerd parts all over him. Ideally, I would want to wait until I have charge files that I need to sort before doing that whole song and dance. I should heal. I'm going to take this opportunity to do him the business instead.
It's like one of my Japanese
animes. I'd have carded already if reading chat while playing, so good. Okay, I definitely should have died there. Thank goodness. All right. I'm not even gonna go for the charge swing. I need to, or the charging of the sword. I'm just gonna sink an amped elemental discharge directly into his buttocks and call it a day. I'm also very slightly inebriated. Wow, it's already hurt. Oh, Subi, you look so cute. I mean, not to imply that you don't normally look cute. I mean, that's not to say that I'm drawing attention to it because you're cuter on any particular day than this one. You're always cute. You know, it's just circumstantially you happen to be in this moment do be looking cuter than normal in a different way. Not saying that you don't look cute normally on an abnormal day. I'm just saying. People talk.
It's time to stop.
That was hot. we can all agree that was pretty hot. Nope. There's no way I would have been able to dodge that in time. No. Stop. Stop. No bully. F. I'm just gonna wet my stone. And then heal. It's almost dead, but I don't want to take any chances at all. To have what happened before happen again. Time is a flat circle. True detective. True detective was... Okay, time to shut up. Woo! 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 Woo!
Anders!
Can I get a oh?
That should be carving.
Yeah?
Who's your daddy?
Hey, that's pretty good.
No, he's sleeping.
Good job, Sumi.
Picking out your gyat for the Rizzler. You're so skibidi.
I'm sorry, Sumi, I have to do it. I'm sorry, Sumi. Woo! It's my brand. It's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's me. No. No. Wow. Okay, dueling banjos. I accept it. I'm just gonna tip my hat to you. I don't think you're gonna have enough time. Nope. F.
Who's your daddy?
Whoa, what do we have here? Ding, 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 ding.
This is a fucker. It fucks.
Just another day for the Survey Corps.
Wow, I got another Nergigante gem. Flips hair. Streamer luck. What? Wow. We take those. And I helped. Ads are apparently starting in 2 seconds. I apologize. You can avoid ads in their entirety by stopping which is free with Amazon Prime. I'll see you on the other side in approximately 1.5 minutes. I think they heard that before they got put into ad jail. I'm gonna go make the legs now. I'm gonna go make the legs. That way we can get a leg up on our competition.
Welcome home, good hunter.
Thank you, J Snags. Was it the yandere laugh? It would have been for me if I was in your position. Forge me, armor me. Maybe it was a pun. Okay, we have one more piece that we have to grab, and then I'll equip it all at the same time because that's how I roll. So I need to fight Nergigante for 2 more carapaces, and then carapaces, carapacii, carapaces, P word, and then grab a fire cell stone. Ooh, one more. This is gonna be the big one. And then I'm going to go do an expedition, grab that fire cell quick, so I could have the drip, and then probably fight Teostra, unless Sumi needs help. If Sumi needs help, then I will go help her. Manage items. Okay, that looks good. Eat a meal. Thank you for all these gourmet vouchers. They're genuinely helping. What is for coding? Blights and environmental damage. Snoozers. Makes it easier to mount monsters. NRP, I lower my sunglasses and I give a little wink to the camera. Send it. Nice. Let's go spank Nergi some more. It's a fun fight. It is a fun fight. You really have to be... It's the first fight that I think where you have to be on your toes pretty much the whole time. There are fights that are harder, obviously, by quite a margin, but it's the first fight where if you don't pay attention, you're going to get punished bad. Like even if your defense is pretty high and you have defensive buffs, bad. That flying wiggling thing that he does before he comes crashing down, not even including if you're still directly in front of him and he does the thorn laser. When you're just at that point, you're pizzaing when you should have french fried, and there's no hope for you. I should be saving a lot of these vouchers for the Moss Wine event that is just there to give you money. I don't know offhand. Perhaps if someone does, they could tell me if the vouchers do anything for the drops. I don't think so. I think it's just money. I'm gonna stand by for departure. I've already eaten and I'm good. Odegaran for me was the first fight I found really annoying. He is flighty and he's fast, which is annoying in its own way. I think of Nergigante as like I was gonna say a giant horny version of Odegaran, which I guess is technically true. It has different implications. He's literally horny. HelloFresh, before you get mad at me, he literally has horns all over him. It's not me. I hope that the stream is viewable. I just looked over and I saw nothing but random crappy 3D dancing GIFs all over the screen, along with the biggest that I've ever been in the corner. Can you see what's happening? I think you can see through approximately 60% of the screen. I don't exactly have the ratios directly in front of me, but that looks about right. This is a guard point. That feels good. We just needed to saddle up a little bit a few times. No. I also need to get back into the habit of blocking when I think he's about to roar, because they do it semi-predictably. Like you can tell when they're about to do the thing. Woo! Woo! Nope, that was deserved. I stopped respecting it. I know I made the disgruntled sound. I'm not disgruntled. I'm just disappointed in a very dad-like way. It knocked me down, and then I had to... My only choice was to eat the poop sandwich that was presented to me. I recognize that I only keep ancient potions around for in the low but not zero chance that I faint. I can get immediately back up to something resembling functioning instantly. Because it's either that or I hammer back 3 to 4 mega nutrients and then chase it with about 1,000 rations. And I ain't about that. It's about 60% viewable, about double what the booby streamers would have back in the day. I mean, now it's even worse. I think that people are definitely writing that line with the TOS acceptability. Sorry, I started thinking about boobies and then my brain stopped. Where they're painting, like they have the stickies over their heathenous female nipply bits, you know, that are against the Lord, and that's why we're not allowed to see them. And then they body paint over those, but they're one lady, which I was doing for research. I wasn't looking for any other reason, okay? Before that thought very accurately pops into your head, it was for research. That's it. But one of them was completely naked except for these pasties. Another had redacted over their bits. So yeah, no, it's a great return to form. I think that this whole TOS thing, all it did was teach the more risque streamers how to more closely get away with more easily get away. I mean, with not getting annihilated, or at least only temporarily getting annihilated for a lot less time than they're perhaps accustomed to. I mean, Morgpie has been banned what, like 6 times, and she's still on the platform. Which is it really a ban? There we go. Woo, we did it. Woo. Woo. Jiraiya-san would approve of your research. I don't know who that is, but I recognize the name. And I feel like I should feel some kind of way that I recognize the name. I try to keep on top of trends for research that may or may not affect what could one day be my part-time livelihood. I'm sorry, Sumi. As soon as you're done, it's over. What the hell is that? It's over. Okay, I'm gonna stop just in case you need to grab material on the ground and I can't see it. Are you RP walking? No. Yes. I'm not owned, you're owned. That was a good dodge. I thought it was gonna get you there for real. Ooh, I think I would have gotten that one, dude.
Whoa, what do we have here?
You're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck.
It's called a road, it's called a rainbow road.
Did I get the carapace?
It's a road that you go.
I got 2 carapaces, so I'm done.
Road that you go
Hunting this, I think. Yes. Got a water resistance jewel. I love that for me. Congratulations, you got iron ore. Thanks, Dad. I appreciate it. Thanks. Okay, if you would like to, Atomic, you can have the option. If Sumi would so like it, are you enjoying all this buildup? Help her out with Odegarin. I'm gonna go hunt down this fire cell because this is like a mini goal for me to just get all the Nergigante parts, and I'm basically right there. Oh, let's see. I would love to help. I appreciate that about you deeply. Fire cell, stone. Fire cell, stone, Monster Hunter World. It is how to get fire cell stone. Locations with fire cell stone. Mining outcrops. 5 to 7%. Oh my god. Maybe I don't get it. Maybe I don't get it. Maybe I don't get it. We're gonna hunt for it. It's not that bad. I'm looking at some Final Fantasy-esque percentages, but maybe it's been better. Okay, maybe it's been improved. Nice, just got my power charm. All right, I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna go get the thing, and it's gonna be easy. I'm gonna get it on my first one. Okay. Elder's Recess. Depart on an expedition. Away we go. By the way, what platform are you playing on? Thank you for answering for him. For some reason, I thought that you just said that you can find fire cell stones on PC. And that in context that made no sense. So I'm glad that I read the sentence just above. Normally I'm pretty good at reading chat while things are going on. Apparently I struggle when nothing is happening. I suppose that's better than not. Let me grab. Do I get rations? Nope. What did the power charm do for you, Sumi? I'm assuming attack, but there may be something else.
I just love me some good fishing.
I just love me some good fishing. Yeehaw. Oh, is mining gathering? Mining could be gathering. Mining is gathering. Mining is gathering, so we'll set it to that. And I have not gotten all the mining points in the zone. So, huzzah. I could just as easily look it up. In fact, if it takes longer than I would prefer, I will look it up. But I also need to grab random stuff around. So let's take this opportunity to talk about some stuff. Tomorrow we have an interesting stream. I mean, every stream may be categorized as interesting. Particularly interesting stream is what I meant to say. We're going to be, my best guess is playing Monster Hunter World. I almost said Rise. I do not own Rise. Do not get excited. Monster Hunter World for maybe 2-3 hours. We'll just play it by ear. I don't have anything exactly set in stone. No, just Dreamcore. Love that. And then we're going to finish off the stream with Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader for about 2 to 3 hours as part of what is called a Dare Drop, which is a company that works with publishers to I found no mining spots anywhere up here. That's pretty cool. I'm just gonna go where I haven't been before. Never mind, I'm going this way. They work with publishers to get keys, Steam keys, and they offer challenges to do in the game, things that you may not normally go out of your way to do, such as if you're playing GTFO, do the whole level without using your flashlight, or another one would be do the whole level using nothing but your flashlight, or go through the whole level not communicating in any kind of VC in-game or outside at all, so on and so forth. And then they give you prizes of some description, and these prizes you can ostensibly do anything with, but some of them can include giveaway keys, like just whole ass copies of the game that you can then just give to other people. And I've done that once before, where we did a giveaway on a stream of just a game. It was My Time in Sandrock, if I remember correctly. I'm going to get a key for Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, and how it's going to work is that at some point I'm going to do a giveaway of it, and you will have to just be there. And I'll say at some point I'm going to make a command happen in chat. You type this, and then you will be entered into the winning pool, and I will press a button and somebody's name will get pulled, and then I will whisper you the Steam code, and then you activate it, tell me that you activated it, and then it actually worked, and that was for the game that it was intended to be. Because I can't check. If I already own the game, then I can't confirm for whatever reason that unless they change something. I can't confirm for whatever reason that the gift key is in fact for the game that it is. It's just given to me, told me that it is, but I can't with my own eyes in Steam have Steam tell me, yes, this is in fact this game. It's kind of insane to think that it wouldn't be, but I care enough about chat in general and the things that I do to impact them that I want to be extra duper super pooper duper sure that when I promise you something, you're going to get the thing.
I think we could build the camp here.
I accidentally discovered a new campsite. I love that for me. Are there mining opportunities in here? Maybe. Can I climb this? I can't climb this. I hate that. All right, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna check to see where the mining spots are. Elders, recess, high rank mining spots. 4 locations list. I want fire cell. Fire cell stone is among the rarest ore in the game and has a very low drop rate. It's randomly mined from blue mining outcrops in the following regions. You can get it from any of these outcrops. Okay, I'm zooming on this. I'm tabbing this because I feel like I'm gonna need it later. I don't want to save to on-stream tools. I just want to save to a Monster Hunter folder. Thank you very much. Okay, we're gonna run Gamba in chat. Start a prediction. Start prediction. Apparently the prediction window do be wide. That's fine. What viewers will predict? Like, will I win 5 games in a row? Will Stoic find his thing in next 15 minutes? Okay. First outcome, yes. Outcome is no. Yes, smiley face. No, angry face. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to wager as many Stoic coins as you want on this. If you win the prediction, whatever you vote for, whether I find it or not, you get double your points, I'm pretty sure. And then losers just take the L and move on with their lives the best that they can in shambles. Confirm prediction. Okay, it is now loading. All right, let me catch up on chat. I need this on the other window. Sorry, I'm pausing for a sec. Okay, I'm gonna have it in here. I gotta make sure that it's not blocking YouTube chat so I can see it. By the way, we're simul streaming on YouTube. So if you feel particularly merciful and generous, you don't have to be. I'm just saying if you are a Twitch viewer, to at some point go over to my YouTube channel, which you can find in my About Me section or !social or socials. I forget which it is. Professional streamer, by the way. Subscribe there. And YouTube people, if you happen to be watching this, follow me on Twitch, and also buy my merch. That's it. That's the spiel. I need YouTube, and all of its wisdom does not deem me worthy of being monetarily supported by people that care to on YouTube until I hit 500 subscribers. Until that happens, I am deigned to be considered stinky forever. Not worth their time. Not worth their ad revenue. Now we're gonna go all the way to the right because apparently a mining outcrop is over there, and I think there's another mining outcropping that I can grab. It should be close. I also need to go up here to grab a campsite. So I'm glad I'm doing this for no other reason than I'm filling in all these blanks I didn't even know I had. I should have grabbed those lizards. F.
I think we could
Raises attack by having it in your inventory. There's also one for defense. Oh, I remember those. It's kind of booty that they take up a slot, but it is, you basically can't turn down something that just gives you a benefit just for showing up. It's kind of hard to find in these unpredictable times. If we don't get it on this runaround of hunting down the spots, I'm not going to make you sit here as I mine the rest. I promise you. This is my one good faith attempt to get it right now, and then I'm going to transition to something, to actually hunting monsters. And not just because I feel bad. Like if this was the appropriate thing to do with my time, I would be doing it. But I also don't want to watch me doing this. 10 out of 10 gameplay, would recommend. Thanks, I appreciate that. How you lied to me sweetly like this. Wait, do I have to go up? No, I'm still in the bad zone. Really? There's a spot all the way over here? Oh yeah, there are mining outcrops up here. I need to pick up the Irigan poop. There are 4 more spots that I can check. Off stream, I will find it if I don't find it here. Also, thank you, Felicity, if you're still here, for pinning the session code. I greatly appreciate it. All right, can I go back wherever I was? I can. Is it worth it? Probably not. Okay, now I'm legitimately gonna pick up the poop. This play-by-play is why you follow and subscribe. And go to my Only Stoics account. There's one more area. And it's all the way to the left. And by the time that I get there... I have not seen the prediction, by the way. Instead of 15 minutes, I can change it because I'm a dictator, I guess. We could change yes to will he find it during this iteration of this expedition. And the reason why I'm reframing it like that is because I did not realize where the ore was. So I had believed that there was 800,000 mining opportunities around me, and there's only like 4. So, yeah, we ain't about that. Why has it got to be rare though? Like it requires 2 extremely rare types. Like I don't know how often gems drop off of monsters, but it's not that much. I don't think I can go this way. Like I flatly cannot go this way. So we've already lost. We did not get it this time. F. All right. Pay out the non-believers. Where are you at? Choose prediction. No. Choose outcome. No. Enjoy your stoa coins. Complete prediction. You've been paid out. Are you fucking kidding me? Holy shit. Holy crap. The Palico found the fire cell stone? Why didn't he say anything? Baited believers get scammed. Technically, I said, well, I find. There's no universe where I should have gotten it. I should click sell all and do a video of me or clip this. I'm gonna clip this and I'm gonna put Joker's face over my face to make sure I get DMCA'd. And it's about the message and I sell all the fire cell stone. That is unbelievably lucky. Like, what are the chances? Like, it's a chance of a chance of a chance. It's a chance for the Palico to be close enough to do the mining, which they normally are, but it still factors in. It's a chance for the Palico to do exactly 1 roll of the fire cell stone, and then a chance to actually get it. That's crazy. I did not mod this. My lawyer is making sure that he feeds me the requisite information that I need in order to get out of any kind of legal trouble related to this prediction that he put in chat. I did not mod this.
Right.
I did not speak to the developers and make sure that these circumstances were engineered. It's about the game. It's about having fun, Snags. You know, sometimes you, I don't know cards. Sometimes you fold them, is what I was going to say, but I don't think that even makes sense in context. Look at this. Look at this. Obtain 5 highly rare pieces of armor. Me.
It's like one of my Japanese animes.
Another day, another victory for the OG, taking down the sweats.
Just another day for the Survey Corps.
All right, we're gonna equip my head. I know what I said. Options. Head armor hidden. Show. Goodbye. Kind of cool skull that I'm honestly gonna miss. We're gonna slap these bad boys on. Guardian helm stinky. Friendship ended. There was one time in band camp that I was gonna put together a Zora headgear, and then I was just like, nah. I don't like the clown shoes horns. I don't like his horns. I mean, it's got the if I could remove the horns, I think it would be perfect for me. Like, I get it. It's the motif. It ultimately doesn't matter. Eventually, I'm going to swap this stuff out for something else. But just look at the horns, man. That's just a workplace accident waiting to happen. Looks kind of cool. It looks cool. It does.
Want something making?
I don't like the horns, though, but I'll take it. What is this? Oh, is that just showing what the ornament is? That little icon in the bottom left? Upgrade me sword? Equipped. I can't upgrade this. This is the level 1 is the maximum amount that it can be upgraded. I didn't even look at the skills. It's been a moment. I regenerate your health as I attack the monster. It's kind of Weenie Hut Jr. I think that could be better, but I understand thematically why that is. Plus 12 attack is cute. Plus 16 attack is also cute, and affinity boosted is great. So we have 12 affinity there and a bunch of attack. Stamina recovery speed up is, I love that for me. Increases affinity as long as stamina is kept full for a period of time. I wish that it would not Final Fantasy 11 me and just tell me how many seconds I need to stop moving for it to activate. I'm assuming it'll activate for me. And then this capacity boost is just from my necklace. Although I might want to get an attack charm. What is this? No. I could increase this. Like, monsters are always going to be permanently pissed off. Because when they're not pissed off, they're going to be driven into a wall via mounting. You need to be higher ranked to upgrade rare armor, I believe. That's right. I do remember that. I could go all in. Like, how much am I going to be missing the extra files worth of damage? Something to the tune of like 60 damage and trading it for an extra 5 affinity. I think this is what I do. It is my last Nergigante gem, but I'm not going to be using it for anything else. Just do it. Okay, now we have the full Agitator, rank 5. Agitator seems pretty good. Agitator is a pretty pog skill. Good. We are in accordance then. What does my Palico need or have? I can honestly just give him anything. I mean, this looks kind of cool, doesn't it? Although he could be ultra kawaii. He could be, although that's going to take away Winter Star tickets that I'd rather I have. I also like this. This be cute and all that. I don't know. Cute or undead? I think undead is more of my MO, but he does look more robotic with this. So this is more on brand for me. I'm just gonna give him I'm gonna give him this. It's fine. Or her. I've not checked their genitals, so I do not know. I do not know what they got going on down there. All right, looks good. Look at them. I prefer when Agitator was called Challenger. Now I feel like a gnat buzzing around the monsters. Hi, Zophie. Bork bork to you too. How you doing? I'm gonna get rid of this robot thing. It's now clashing with my motif, and I can't have that. And neither will my viewers. My viewers will not stand for that. Therefore, I will not stand for that. Can I swap it for literally anything else? A purple one. No, I'm just gonna take it off. I'm sorry. If you enjoyed Little Robot Man, he's gone now. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. How's your night been, Zophie? Please let me know if anyone's inconvenienced you in even a small way, and I will make sure that their destruction is assured. I will put all resources towards that effort. You deserve to be comfortable and spoiled at all times, and I will have nothing left, or nothing less. What am I doing? I need to check. Pretty good. Took a nice little nap. You? I've been good. I talked about my life story for about an hour, and then deep dived into deep psychological things with chat for the other 30 to 45 minutes after that, and then we've been killing monsters. So I'm gonna be honest with you, and in the midst of that, we've been kind of not going to town, really borderline sipping Mike's Harder Pineapple Mandarin, getting not crunk. I'm actually sobering up as fast as I drink because I have my insane alcoholic tolerance based off of nothing. Like I don't regularly drink, so I don't know where I get it from. Let's see if no quests have been posted. All right, so it looks like they're out of whatever it is. Sumi, did you need help with anything else or want help with anything else? That was the nicest thing ever said to me. The best part about it is that I mean it. You're a wonderful person. So normally I would shout you out immediately, but Monster Hunter World is weird in that it messes with the controls if I do it, but I'm gonna do it because it's worth it. Maybe it's Maybelline. There you go. So what are your opinions? No pressure. High key, no pressure. Low key, maximum pressure. What are your thoughts on the Pokemon DLC? The only thing that has stopped me from getting really into it, just collecting blue footy prints at the moment. Pretty boring stuff. Okay. The only thing that stopped me from getting into the latest Pokemon, originally at least, was the performance. In your opinion, has the performance improved at all, or have you not really noticed it? In any way, like you might not have even felt like it was important, which is also fine and valid. Oh, let us go after Tostitos pizza rolls. I'm not going to use a voucher. I'm just going to save those up for Moss Wine. Oh no, it's still bad. Has it improved at all? Because I know for a long time the Pokemon community that was on the side of, I think that it's rational to have more than 15 frames per second for most of the game. We're hoping that it was going to improve with patches, which was a long shot for sure. But there's reason to believe that there's hope. I'm running around and there's only one person I could join because I need a cutscene, and that's how this game works. So we're just gonna go and do the thing. But it doesn't really impact my personal gameplay of it. My Switch hates the game. I think that when I do play it, leaning more towards playing it, I think I'm going to try to legally emulate it. I have legally emulated the soul of my Switch onto my computer, and it was a phenomenally annoying process that took me about 3 to 4 hours to learn. And I still have to do some restudying on how to legally get games onto it from my legally purchased copies of games from time to time. So if I were to play it, it's likely that I would legally put it on my computer. That way I could have at least 30 frames per second baseline happening. 60 FPS if I could at all help it. I'm stupid. Do I have pool drinks? Look at me go, being prepped. And you may or may not be wondering, chatter way in the back, I see you with that confused AF look on your face, why I keep putting so much emphasis on the word legally. It's because Nintendo is always listening. They have an army, a veritable siege-worthy worth number of corporate ninjas that will literally airlift me from my residence and put me in a corporate basement and slap me with lawsuits and those squeaky plastic chickens that make the horrible noise for hours. So, yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I emulated Tears of the Kingdom, and that was fun. Legally, of course. I think the Nintendo Ninjas got the message. You can never be too short, dude. There was that one guy that, I shit you not, uploaded a early 90s Nintendo 64 strategy guide. I don't think it was even from like a notable game onto the internet library or something, and Nintendo went after him. Never be too sure. He's just a smudged lion, man.
Go!
Me and Smadge. I no longer have all the buffs that I would like. I remember literally nothing about this monster. I'm just going to assume that the game has my best interest in mind, is going to allow me the opportunity to, ooh, there's mining, to learn at my own pace. I remember Toastra, or Tostito Pizza Rolls, as I like to call him, being kind of a weenie. I should have guard pointed there. I'm a fool for not doing it. I'm going to rely on my natural regeneration for a moment. I should be mounting him, but it seems like I get punished every time that I mount. That was that was beautiful. I love that for me. He's not so bad. I'm using funny hunting horn. That's totally fine. I feel like I shouldn't respect Teostra, and that's a dangerous thing for me to feel. I really need to respect him. Maybe it's because I have Dr. Michael Morbius with me, and that adds a passive 10 plus 10 buff to my mental state at any given moment. Just gonna apply some blast here. I remember him doing some kind of BS-y ultra flame Ifrit move, but he's not doing it, so I don't know if that's coming later or what. Am I turned? I'm gonna pretend like I did that on purpose. I definitely did not. I'm not gonna lie to you. I should have been hit there. I should have been punished, and I wasn't. I would like to get up, though. At my earliest convenience. Thank you. Oh, Stoic, I just unlocked the Double Tempered Basil Geese quest. Is this a broken Stoic mission? It absolutely is. Oh, this is what I remember. Oh, my God. How did you not die? Were you blocking? What happened? How did you not die? I tried to guard point it and be a cool guy, and I was not a cool guy. I dove. Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember.
Oh, bro.
No, you stink. I'm learning mechanics. Shut up. Be nice to me. Be nice to your streamer. Ban. Bans for everyone. Anyone that's ever crossed me, bans. You ban. You ban. I don't even know what you did, but ban. I feel like you're partially responsible for me feeling this way, and therefore you must be destroyed. I only have a banjo. Help? How are you typing so fast? I'm assuming you have a mouse and keyboard, but like you're actually engaged with the enemy right now. I'm coming. I'm coming. Just give me like 10 minutes, and I'll be right there. This horny armor is very heavy. I should grab this. I'm gonna grab some stones. I'm gonna grab some stones, so they're definitely gonna help, and you're gonna get helped. I'm coming. I'm coming, buddy. DJ Teostra with the banger. Can you? I'm gonna answer that question for myself. I was gonna ask. Let me ask it anyway. Let me just completely defeat the purpose of me saying the thing that I said 2 seconds prior. Can you stay on the ground? Do you have to get up? You don't have to answer that, Atomic, because you're fighting. I'm here. I'm here. I'm drinking. Sorry. No, I need a drink with cool drink. It's hot. It's hot down here. Never mind. I'm getting flung into the air. I'll be able to help in a moment. I'll be able to help in a moment. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm on fire, but I'm coming. Is he doing a super move? What is this? This is some Basil Geese type shit. Give me the goop. Thank you. Oh, no, he's just running. What was the question? Can you stay on the ground indefinitely after you dive? DJ Teostra with a banger. I forgot to check. Is the sound quality good? I'm assuming somebody would have said something. But I had a recent issue where, for some reason, it wasn't... The numbers weren't numbering. The audio balance wasn't balancing. All right, dive. Yeah, okay. There we go. It gives you invincibility. All right. Ooh, might's activated. I shouldn't do this. I'm going to do this. The payoff was extremely worth it. I love that for me. Huntsman, shut up.
Cannot take them back.
My man's trying to be the handler from Armor Core. I tried to dodge that. This is what I'm remembering. Yeah. I know I'm burning. Give me a moment. Oh, yes! I'm hunting. Oh, I'm hunting. Hunting. Oh, hunting jet. Oh, boy. Yeah, break his face. Yeah. Yes. 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 I feel like I was owed more charge file explosions on that, but what do I know? I don't like that. Dude. Did that stop him? Really? Okay. Now, can I turn him? Is the question. Oh, he's just diving through the goop. Understood. I read the assignment. I know what's going on. So you end up getting hit a little bit. You just range that though? Yeah. I mean, it's good to have that for the next time I deal with him. Nope, that is not the way. We go this way. That's his entrance. He says no. Just in case. Okay, we have the... Yes, I do have mega barrels. Do you have mega barrels? Or are you just crumping? Okay. Wow, he's really hurt by that, huh? This thing's nothing but a B word. Okay. That's a lucky hit. That also was a lucky hit. I'm stunned. Kitty, help me. Kitty, help me. Kitty, help me. Kitty, please, I beg. Kitty, please. I'm on fire. The environment is pissing me off more than anything else. Okay, good. Why are you over here, Kitty? You should be helping Dr. Michael Morbius. There's also these little ledges. Woo, 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 woo.
Shut the fuck up. No one cares about your robot fan fiction.
Nice job. I mean, that was 70% you, Morbius, I'm pretty sure. I was kind of hanging out.
They ain't got no soul.
Helping. I did some stuff. I did some stuff for sure, but I was basically like suffering from mechanics that I haven't seen for about 3 to 4 years. How come you don't trap them? It's because the Elder Dragons cannot be trapped. That was only Blunt Force Trauma. We did it together. As a NRPI Brofist. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get another fire cell from this. You can't trap Elder Dragons? I wish you could. Don't tell me I got the fire cell. Oh my god.
Kill every last one of them.
Dude. What is this video game? Unless they increased the drop rates, but I imagine they would have updated the wiki. I'd forgotten he was an elder. He's just a little precious baby boy. Doing precious baby boy things. Wait, was that another fire cell? No. I have gems. I have gems I need to equip. I mean, I'm not going to be doing any kind of gem hunting until Iceborne, because that's when gems do be flowing and all that.
Great work, partner.
What? Guess who's back with a vengeance? I'm back with a vengeance. I have news to share. Elder dragons are bad, and they should feel bad. And we need to rendezvous and get some beans. Yep, that's what we were talking about for you. Fine work. Something transpired. You have to continue doing the thing. Admiral made up his mind. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's good. You and your partner, huh? I'll handle things here. And we'll be here waiting for you too. You're gonna do the last quest now?
Hey, partner. Are you sure you want to go on that quest from the Admiral?
Yes. Probably. Speak to the handler. Is it?
I'm thankful.
I'll be able to answer my own question in just a moment. I'm gonna set up my tail raiders, and then we could do the final mission and then call it. I think, or at least I can call it. I want to manage my items. Thank you. I officially have no more armor skins, and that makes me cry inside in a big way. To sell my items. Do I have any junk? $10,000. Don't mind if I do. Oh, right. Do you enjoy my room of bugs? I like it too. They're kind of cool. They glow a little bit.
Hey, partner. Are you sure you want to go on that quest from the Admiral?
Elder dragons are too smart for traps. They are. They're too spicy. They're very tsundere. All of them. I think it's been a minute since I fertilized. I need all of these, so the summoner jelly is fine. This is all well and good. All right, so I've got that. I'm going to refill at least some of my mega armor skins. I have forgotten what the giant the giant forbidden stew looks like. Milled items. Do I need more ancient potions? Not yet. I'm never gonna die again, so it doesn't even matter. Mega armor skins. What can I trade for this? Diablo's Fang or Diablo's Fang. That's fine. That's easy. Great Hornflies, Fuchsium Ore, Monster Keen Bones. I just need more in general. I want at least 5, so I have 5. Let's just trade this ore if I really need to, and I care enough. I will worry about it off stream, which probably means it's not going to happen. But I do want the mega armor. That sounds good to me. I'm coming. So, Pard, my gut tells me something bad is going to happen. And when my guts tell me something bad is going to happen, typically I take Tums. But this time, it feels extra super bad. So do you have any kind of, like, acid reducer that you can give to me? I would really appreciate it. I don't know why I just sat there. I was mashing X, or A, sorry, knowing full well that it wasn't going to do anything. Land of Conversions. Okay. I don't think this is Xenojiva yet. Maybe it is. Could be. Assigned. Land of Convenience. Immense energy flowing through the new world. We found out where it all leads to. May the Sapphire Star guide us all. Maybe this is Xenojiva. Spoilers for a 5-year-old game. Okay, I'm departing. I'm gonna take a swig of my Mike's Hard Lemonade. I'm a huge baby when it comes to alcoholic beverages, so I need to be tricked that there's no alcoholic sensation, for lack of a better way of saying it, with sugary flavoring. So Mike's Harder Lemonade is about the most that I can possibly tolerate in an alcoholic sensation.
Greetings.
This random bit of trivia about me is brought to you by HelloFresh.
Farewell.
Ride the lightning. I would like to talk to the seeker. I would like to board the boat.
It begins.
It begins. Cutscene. She's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
You're really doing this?
Hello Fresh, ride the lightning. Right, I think that's... I should know. They're sponsoring me. Ride the walrus. I'm suddenly concerned about my Palico's ability to breathe. And I should have thought about that when I encapsulated him in armor that I then immediately using a welder to seal shut forever. He seemed into it, so I didn't want to ever deprive him ever again of having to take the armor off or not having the armor on. Pass the popcorn. This is a thought that's entered my brain. Do you think that the Admiral likes it when you pull his his pigtails or whatever you call those? They're not ponytails. They go... Oh, they are ponytails. Do you think that his significant other enjoys it when she hops onto his back and then grabs his weird neckbeard ponytail tendrils and then he pretends that he's a mounted monster and he goes "Rear, rawr, rawr." And then she's just like flopping around on his back pretending that she's just holding on for dear life while she's giggling like an idiot and going, "I'm slaying the monster, I'm slaying." You know that feel? I definitely don't have that. Have my wife do that to me, nor do I have ponytails. So, ruffling image. He's a big boy. You could qualify as a monster.
It's inside.
The Nergigante armor stays on. Okay, now pretend like you just drank armor skin. Okay, now pretend that you drank the Mega Demon drug, and then I did my ultimate move while you were drinking, and now you're on fire.
Even I never expected it to be so enormous.
Yeah, roll around. Yeah, that's what that's what I like. I like it when you roll around pretending you're on fire.
Wait.
As some ladies have been eaten into a wall. He's a big boy. It reminds me of this one time in middle school, of all places. My friend and I were in gym class and we were pretending to start beef with each other. And I was twice his size. He was a little guy. And I put my open palm on his chest and I meant to just push him a little bit. And my man went straight flopping onto his back. Like I just airlifted him. And then apologized profusely. This is Xeno'jiiva. I don't remember Xeno'jiiva actually being that hard. He's just like a big goopy baby. I am getting tetraphobia by looking at his neck. I think that's the fear of holes.
All right. You got this?
Hard to farm horns from, but yeah, pretty easy. I'm probably not going to be killing this thing for a set. I'm just going to go straight to Iceborne stuff, and then I'll worry about armor sets and whatnot in Iceborne world.
Just do what you gotta do.
Just do what you gotta do. Thanks, fam. Wiser words were never said.
Oh no, this is awful.
Yo, Palico, I'm gonna need you to hit it with your stupid looking fan thing. What am I doing? Whistle. Apparently that. I just want to wound it a little bit so I can focus on it and feel like I'm doing actually appreciable damage. Oh, double punish. That's fine. I accept that. It's so big that maybe I don't. But I do want to. How much do I care about the tail? Maybe I just care about doing damage. Dr. Michael Morbius. Doctor, did you happen to ask the commander when he was running away if he was going to actually send help because of this literal god creature that we found in the in the caverns being here and being a thing? I would like to hit the monster exactly once, although I don't really have any upwards mobility that isn't my axe. Maybe I don't worry about it. He's not even doing that much damage. Hit him in the crotch. You love that for him. Flapper core. That would have been cool looking, huh? I mean, that definitely happened. I did look cool in that moment. I should be applying blast damage to him, but it's very hard for me to ignore the "we can do it" handler. You have not done anything except hold up a book this entire time that we've known each other. Like, I'm not saying you don't literally do nothing. I am saying it Omega feels that way. You still feeling. They're gonna do your final move. Is that what's happening? Let's pick up a pod and then we'll try to drive him into the wall if that's possible. Oh, we're traveling. Okay, I'm getting RP'd. Hey Yame, it's been a hot minute. How you doing? That was Final Fantasy 11ing if you're still partaking, and if not, your other activities that may or may not be related. Did you beat Absolute Virtue yet? If not, what the hell are you doing talking to me when you could be fulfilling your destiny? I'm gonna be like a stereotypical Chinese parent. Are you a doctor yet? No? Why are we having conversation? Hell no, that shit ain't out. I thought it was. What's out then? Jailer of Love? I shouldn't be doing this. There we go. That's good. I just want the tail. Just give me the butt. Every time that I say to myself that I shouldn't be doing this, instead of doing the thing that I'm wanting to do, I should instead do normal charge blade attacks with the great axe, with the axe mode. That saved me, I'm pretty sure. Or I should be building up his blast with YB over and over again. Because I think, but don't remember, that blast damage is percentage based. Its tail has got to be. I'm stabbing. Very festive, love it. I try to strike a blend between slightly unsettling and genuinely festive. This is a good opportunity. I should super amp elemental discharge here. I am concerned that, as funny looking as it is to me, that it's taking up maybe a little bit too much of the viewing experience. Chad has not complained about it, but those that would say something about it are in the minority, because a lot of people feel as though I don't even know what's happening. A lot of people feel as though they're inconveniencing you in some way by pointing out things that very reasonably could increase their quality of life. And it doesn't have to be like that. I'm also a huge stan, and Yame, I know that you can back me up on this. I'm a huge believer in a person that is a streamer being granted the option of shouting themselves out. If the streamers, yes, you could have to
Kill every last one of them.
It's like one of my Japanese anime.
Just another day for
I had to
the
resist
survey
everything to
score.
try to cut off the to try to harvest the tail. I think that you should be able to shout yourself out. If your streamer, the person that is currently on your fun screen or secondary screen, if your fun screen is occupied by something totally rational, that hit was deserved. Says to you, shout yourself out. I know that it carries the same sentiments as taking the last cookie from the cookie jar, and that it feels wrong. But if you made the cookies and you can make more cookies, and the person with whom I'm describing as myself for some reason in the third person tells you it's okay to eat the last cookie, eat the last fucking cookie. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. It's fine. Woo, we did it. Don't forget about the tail. I think that you're already decked out in every which way, but I just want to make sure that you have nice things. I'm doing well playing Monster Hunter World at the moment. It seems like everybody is. And everybody around me has simultaneously gotten into it, and I don't know how many of us are actually doing it as part of the Monster Hunter Return to World event that's apparently happening at the same time. I think that it was just, I don't know why we're shaking and there's nothing I can do about it. I think it's an RP thing. Let's pretend it's Final Fantasy 11 and I'm too close to a wall or something. I got something big. It gave me the fancy gem sound. What was I saying? I don't remember. Oh yeah, it was just part of like the socio-cultural zeitgeist where we all felt as a hive mind that now was the time to go back to playing Monster Hunter World. And it has been refreshing. Like I remember things about it, like story beats and specific monster appearances, and generally speaking, what skills are in line with what I would like to see in the world. No pun intended, but pun sort of intended now. It's been cute and nice, and it's been enjoyable, and it's a dopamine feedback loop, and it's just something that chat can have in the background and get and farm passive dopamine from. So I'm all about that. Carve that tail. 2 secondary screens. Play Monster Hunter World with me and Sith, please. I absolutely would love to do that. For sure. We can exchange guild cards and everything. We can make it cute. I can give you my guild card.
Hey, Commander.
And then you can refuse to give me your guild card and then whisper to me, sorry, my mom told me that you shouldn't play with trash. I was just pretending that I was going to hang out with you for the sake of appearances in streamer circles. You understand? I remember the first time you said that to me, and I took it I took it to heart, man. And then you spit in my mouth. As if it wasn't hurtful enough. All these things, by the way, that I'm saying about a Yame cat are flatly not true. Everything that I've ever said mean about her, I've mean about me. I've meant about me.
Complete. I sent a ship ahead to report back to the guild. They'll release
Hero,
us just
are
as soon as they
you
confirm our findings.
are you able to?
I commend you all for your valiant efforts.
We can talk about it in post if you would prefer. Are you able to give Ayame some kind of pseudo membership that is not Ham Club full-on streamer status, but allows her to enter the Discord in such a way that I can pull her in to the Discord if needed? I can always go to your Discord. It's just I happen to hang out most often in the Ham Club Discord, and the Ham Club Discord is associated with the group with which I associate called the Ham Club, and that's why I'm mentioning it. Yeah, right.
I'm just gonna say hi. Come on.
I'm gonna double check something real quick.
May I? If not for you, I might not be alive. Thank you.
Okay, yes. It is cute AF. All the members of it are cute AF, even Hero in the right light. I mean, he is. I didn't say that last matter out loud. I wasn't thinking that. He is cute AF. I rip on him, but that's because he rips on me.
You all seem willful. Your own mind.
We have a lot of raw sexual energy between us, and it's hard for us to properly to properly know what to do with it. He is. Everyone's a sweetie pie. I have a good community here. Been playing a bit before that. Interesting watching Sword and Shield. Been playing a little bit before that. Sith and I started dating when this game came out. First multiplayer game we played together. That's cute.
So close, yet hiding so well.
That's extremely cute. This whole conversation is now cute. Air biscuit levels thick enough to chew. Duh.
Perhaps it was what first drew the aging elders here to satisfy its cravings.
Yes, there's lore, dude. Yes, I get it. They have energy crystals, and it's what's powering the. It's what's powering the Command and Conquer-esque laser satellite that's over the world, right? And we're actually like it's like that one M. Night Shyamalan movie where we're in a village that's actually in the middle of a modern society, but it's gated off from everywhere because it was some sort of experiment to see how people would live in a past society today. I wasn't really sure. Something about them being afraid of a werewolf in the woods, and everyone had to wear the color red or avoid the color red. You know the movie I'm talking about, right? I shall now go to sleep. Thank you for the hunts. Thank you so much for the support and the help. I greatly appreciate it. I look forward to playing with you again. Have a good sleep, my friend. You definitely earned it by carrying my ass as hard as you did.
An official name has been chosen.
I would say it was at least 51% carry, the progress that we made today.
This concludes your duties with the Research Commission. We thank
we beat the game.
for your service.
Oh, sorry, Yami. We apparently beat the game.
However,
better luck next time.
presence in the new world still has potential to be of great benefit to the guild.
I'm gonna pause champ and drink a little bit.
Continue your work there, if you are so willing. There you have it. If we decide to take on new research, there are bound to be trials.
Also, Yame, can you do me a favor? Can you just message me and say play Monster Hunter World with me? And that's gonna shove your name to the very top of my list. And then I'm going to remember why your name is at the top of the list. And then I'll make it a point of playing with you. What did I do? You didn't do anything. Here, I'll message you, and that's gonna put you at the top of my list. I'm just using you as basically the functional equivalent of like a notification on my smartphone.
I better pack on some weight. This is gonna
Where are you? There you are. Here, enjoy whatever the hell this is that I'm gonna send you. Yeah, you like this? You like that? There we go. Now you're at the top of my direct messages. What the shit? Oh man. Yeah, no, that's what I'm. It's just dudes eating spaghetti and ramen in an active dryer while half naked. What's wrong? It's very clearly a game show of some description. Oh, we literally beat the game. Okay. That's it. This is Monster Hunter World. It's 2018, so it just came out for the PS4 and the Wii U, maybe? I don't know. Wii U. People are still buying Wii U's, did you know that? Imagine Dragons. I just got my dragon armor on Monster Hunter World, I should say. This is cool and all. I would like to skip it though. This would have been awful on the Wii U. Made by the Pokemon Company. 10 frames per second. When a Nergigante is 10 feet away from you, it slows down to 5 frames in order to save memory. Final Fantasy 14 level JPEG grapes all over the place. Would have looked like Mortal Kombat on the Switch. I'm not like a fighting game guy, but I was on top of all the coverage for that. And what a world. What a Monster Hunter world. I know a lot of people worked on this game and that they're very proud of it, and I'm proud of them for it. I would like to... I know that it's not helping me that I'm mashing the equivalent to the start button on my Xbox controller while alternating A to move this along. I mean, we could just call it there, but I want to go back. Take me back. Like, I'm not doing any more hunts after this. I'm just going to tell you right now. So goodbye, the 8,000 people that are probably leaving because I uttered the words I'm not going to do anymore. So maybe we do just end it here. So I can make sure that I shove as many raiders into whomever is going to be on the receiving end of this as I can. All right, so tomorrow's stream is going to be a combination of probably Monster Hunter World, with the latter half being Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, which is going to allow me to earn a key for Rogue Trader that I'm then going to be using for a future giveaway on an undisclosed date. If you've enjoyed this a little bit, press the follow button on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you enjoyed this a lot of bit, you can do me a huge service and help me out a ton if you were to consider subscribing. Not necessarily now, but at some point in the future, just keeping it in the back of your head. If you want food and you want to support me, you can use my promo code and my HelloFresh link to get you 4 meals for around 22 bucks. If you decide it's not your thing, you could just call it and cancel the subscription. There's no fees or anything associated with that. I'm going to find somebody to raid you guys over to. Thank you so much for the support today and every day. Ayame, I will have my people get in touch with your people, and then your people can get in touch with my people's people. There's not a ton of people offhand that are on my list of raidable entities. We will send you over to Heartsocket, who's a lovely individual with a great singing voice and uses it regularly. So I'm going to raid you over to her. I will see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. for Monster Hunter World and Rogue Trader. Bye-bye. Bye. Appreciate you. Bye. Take care. Bye. Bye. Have a good one. Bye. Bye. Merry pre-Christmas. Bye.